and the world is what we long to see. Yet true love is my desire. Yet true love is my desire. From their plight, the sun it shines on another day. Snow it freezes us to the bone. Harsh silence is the cold price I pay. My words are for thine ears alone. My words are for thine ears alone. Seek ye worthy praise, while life is sweet on the vine. Full our glasses felled by our might, dragons slain in their den, whisk the weak from their plight. No gold, my jewels, can I grant to thee. No, Lord, am I by right, but at journey's end I'll sing a melody to win your sweetheart by tonight, to win your sweetheart.
Hey!
began with the suicide of Charles Blackwell, just days after his 55th birthday. Then the Rhineswan family massacre. 3 generations painfully passing from this world, crying the same crimson tears Blackwell had.
Sit alone on the edge of
5 members of the prominent Rhineswan family were found dead.
After that, the media finally gave their murderer a name. The Red Crier Killer.
Memento mori. Remember you will die.
Investigators believe the killer may be the same individual the media has dubbed the Red Crier.
Memento mori. Remember you will die. I know it's droll to sell my soul. I wanted to protect them though, but I couldn't even play my role. Now vengeance is my only goal. Memento mori. Too late for sorry. Now goodbye. Breath goes dry. I will cry when I remember you will die.
And good morning, Best Check. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to some delicious, malicious morning nonsense chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We had a wonderful, wonderful Monday. It wasn't too terrible. Hope the Monday demon wasn't too cruel to you. But here we go once again, chat. Back on the saddle, back on the nonsense, ready to dive deep into the horror show that is Modern Hollywood. Check it out, chat. Excited to join us today. This is Gunblade Nights. This is Morning LD at Best Chat. Praise be to Space King. Absolutely, absolutely. I almost feel like I need to. It'd be kind of fun to do a video on this kind of nonsense where it's like, how come Space King and things didn't like? How come Space King and Smiling Friends did not get that weird toxic fan base, but like Mason Diesel Circus did? Why is that the case? Why is it that Mason Diesel Circus and like what about these things draw in these people? Because I got reminded about this because I've been seeing on Twitter Gooseworks is going, my fans are what they call it, boars or no hogs. They're all big hogs, like just going to war against the fan base of Mason Diesel Circus. It's crazy. What was this one I found? Hold on. Was it okay? Gooseworks said, if I ever meet a fan of mine that's not a hog, it's on site. Right into the burning pit of false hogs. Because Gooseworks like, all my fans are hogs. Which seems to be like a bad thing to me. It doesn't really seem to be like a term of endearment. But yeah, now that the Mason Diesel Circus is over, Gooseworks is like, and the money is in. Gooseworks has been, I guess, it feels like Gooseworks has been going to war against the fan base. So it's like, what happens? Why? How is it that Space King has not had to deal with all this nonsense, but things like the Mason Diesel Circus has, and to me, it's this millennial slop feel. That's kind of what it feels like. It's all about therapy and just and shipping with Mason Circus. I don't know, it draws these people right in. It's weird. It really is weird. But meanwhile, Space King doesn't really have any shipping because boobies are evil. So there's no women in it for them to ship anyone else with. I guess the gay shippers could do something, but otherwise it's just about it's unapologetically about I wouldn't say masculinity. I would say the hyper masculinity of like you had in high school or middle school, because that's kind of what it goes with. That's what's kind of what's going for. Like it's like a board game being played by kids in a tree house. That's kind of the personalities of Space King, and I don't know. It's edgy. It's unapologetic. It will do anything. It's like it'll like, oh yeah, the gigantic boobs. It doesn't really care about offending anyone, and doesn't really care about feelings and all that stuff. It's about arcs and pushing through the conflict and overcoming insurmountable things. and then also being funny. So I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty interesting to explore this idea. But yeah, Space King is able to sidestep all this toxic stuff. Smiling Friends is able to sidestep this toxic stuff. But Amazing Circus and Hasbro Hotel and things, they draw. It's like ants to a picnic. I don't. It's right to them. Insane. But yes, Space King still absolutely awesome. I got more stickers in. I got Yukon Cornelius in, and I got the false Space King named King Space. I got that guy. That sticker's in. Let's see. College Batista, good morning, LD and Best Chat. Good morning to College Batista. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Shout answers, good morning, LD. Is it a wonderful day in the neighborhood? I think so. I would say so. I would say so today. Hunter Bomb says, morning, folks. A great writer knows their limits and when to seek knowledge. A hack writer thinks they know everything and tries to preach to everyone. Yeah, so this video I found about, great writers and arcs, which is basically what the hero's journey was really about. So it kind of the hero's journey describes the psychological and the mythical elements of essentially the most basic building block of a story, which is the arc. At the beginning, the journey it's not a triangle, it's an arc, right? The narrative flow is a triangle. You want to climb all the way to the top of the climax, and then you want to jump down. That's kind of where the narrative structure is. But the story, the character, the whatever you're following needs to be an arc where it slowly builds on a course of cause and effect all the way to the end. That's why it's a circle. That's why the whole story is a circle, right? So you can chop the circle up in different pieces, and make them different parts of an overarching narrative, or you can do it all in one go. It doesn't really matter. It's really up to you. But the arc is really the shape that you want to go with for character growth, character development, things of that nature. And he's like, and he says, a writer will choose an arc. Great writers build an arc. And that's it kind of instantly reminded me of the Door Monster Hero's Journey video. Mainly because it's the Hero's Journey, like Door Monster's Hero's Journey video is mad at the Hero's Journey because the Hero's Journey is not giving you the answers. It's not saying, here, pick this arc or pick that arc. It's giving you the tools and the enlightenment. Right? It's giving you the pointing you in the direction of where you want to go. Giving you the structure of what you want to build, but it's not giving you the answer. And it kind of feels like that's what Door Monster wanted, was the answer. And there is no real answer. It's really up to you. So this video title can remind me of that. Like, the great writers build an arc. And that's what you should do. You got to build it like Noah. But here we go. Borlegion says, good morning, LD, Brescia, and of course, Space King, and happy Taco Tuesday. Absolutely. I'm making the tacos right after stream, actually. Carl Getro says, good morning, and Best Chat, Tomboys and Tabletops today. Let's go. Divvy Duckworth says, good morning to you. Good morning to you as well. Hello to Carl Ketcher from Rumble. Good morning. Let's have in Rumble chat. We got all the Tomboys ready for Tabletops over here on the green tube. Join us. Let's Libra Wolf, get your coffee. Megalithon. Aha, here for the intros. Morning Nonsense is here once again. Gray Des, morning, y'all. Hello to Gray Des. Good morning. Limp says, good morning, LD and Chet. Doctor Who down. Now who's next? It's target rich environment after all. Plenty of trash to pull the plug on. Yeah. But it is a pretty good sign, pretty interesting development that they pulled the plug on an incredibly woke show. I think I probably should have pulled the plug on it a long time ago, but it was only kept alive because it was woke. I think I've seen this happen so many times where it has like no viewership. No one wants to buy it or read it or whatever the media is, but they keep it alive because the people in charge of these shows and the media have all the money, so they can pay millions of dollars to keep a show alive that rakes in almost nothing. This is how Riri Williams and Kamala Khan were able to stay relevant, because they're it's She-Hulk, all these new woke women in comics things that no one bought them. They failed over and over and over again. They would once a series began to fail, they would they would end it, declare it a miniseries, and suddenly renew it, and then renew it with a new series, new number one, and then breathe new life into it. But they made no money. They had to keep doing this over and over and over again because they kept failing. But they were kept alive because of money. They were kept alive because they had the money to keep it alive. Right? They weren't organically kept in the zeitgeist. All right, they were artificially kept in. They should have been canceled a long time ago and forgotten about by this point, but they haven't been because the people who want to push the agenda have the money and kept them artificially alive. So that's what I think Doctor Who became once it became super duper woke, because every single year you hear that it reaches new rock bottoms in viewership stuff every year, and finally it hits so low that they switched over to Disney, and even with Disney's infinite money, they reached so low even Disney had to cancel it. That's how bad it's gotten. So like Doctor Who should have ended a long time ago. The moment it got super woke, really, it should have ended that. Then it probably would have, if not for the copious amounts of money people were willing to invest in Doctor Who to keep it going. So that's kind of the nature of the beast here. It really kind of is. Let's see, chat. Shaman Tronic says, "Good morning, all. If Doctor Who isn't dead, it's at least comatose. Experts are saying somewhere between 2028 and 2030 something. Davies doesn't want to admit he screwed up. I mean, he did though. It wasn't even a screw up. It was intentional. Like he's like, I have the keys again. I want to make it super gay. I want to make it super woke and stuff. Even though nobody wanted to watch it, being so agenda and politics heavy, it just don't." And the Christian says, "There's only one way to save Doctor Who. We bring back Grand Moff Tarkin." Yes, he technically was one of the doctors. Was he? He would play a great doctor. I didn't know that though. Aluminum Fence says, "Praise be to LD, but of course, Space King. Happy Bloomsday. Time to celebrate the book that legitimized so many bad writers." It's a 4 days into a 9-day birthday vacation, and all I've done is sleep and work out. I mean, never underestimate the power of getting caught up in your sleep. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good use of your time, especially if you've been really busy. Going to be God says, "Good morning, literally best chat. Remember to stay hydrated and stand against the evil." Millennial writing nowadays is just mommy and daddy issues. That's kind of what it is. We have mommy and daddy issues, and we want a lot of therapy and coddling. That's kind of where it comes from. We want more coddling. We hate the dad for tearing us away from the mother. We never had to go through a rite of passage. I think it's kind of what the main issue is. We lived through an era where no one was expecting much from you, or where the bar was low, and that everyone was kind of guaranteed success. So we didn't really ever have to ride or die. We didn't really ever have to step up or step out. Where you're on the line here, and then you fail, and then you're done. It's a big catastrophe. Like no kid left behind, that sort of thing, where everything must be whittled down to the lowest common denominator. So we kind of were coddled, and we were given rewards, participation trophies. I have a ton of participation trophies. I played a lot of soccer, but then I got real ones when I did kickboxing. Got a plaque, and I think I got a first place trophy. I think I did, either first or second. But the thing is, those are way better. Like the plaque that I got, the plaque was a third place. The first time I entered, I got third place, and that is better than all the participation trophies I ever got combined. Was that third place plaque the first time I entered? It wasn't kickboxing tournament. It was like a point sparring tournament, and I did it right. But here's the thing. Because I remember this from my I think on it, and I remember this from my past years, and every single time I ran into an issue, it was like there's something there that you could just succeed anyway. It's just participation trophies. Something goes wrong. There's some way to get out of it. There's some way to sidestep the issue. Like, okay, well, we'll do this, and then you can proceed now. That sort of thing. So the millennial generation really was coddled. We really were, in a lot of ways. Because I'm remembering some things that I've heard or encountered, like, oh, you failed here. Well, here's a little thing on the side where you can do this, and you can get caught up with everybody. That sort of thing. So there was no real moment of like, if I don't do this, I fail. And then when you get out of school and it's, you get into the workplace, you are, all you gotta do is say, oh, you're gay, or you're a minority, and you get handed more stuff. You get handed more stuff. So that's in it all stems from these small things. And then what did millennial culture become? It became obsessed with finding some sort of mental illness that you can call yourself, some minority, whatever. Oh man, I'm white, I better say that I'm mentally ill or something like that. So it's about finding some way to call yourself abnormal so you can get some advantages. And we were taught that by the system put in place by Gen Xers and stuff like that, or probably boomers. Actually, I would say probably boomers, the hippie people. So, oh no, we can't let anyone left behind, bro. We gotta everyone has to succeed. And I don't know, it's just my experience as a millennial growing up, and this is kind of what I encountered and what I've heard about and things like that, where there's always something there to catch you. There's always something there that lets you to succeed anyway. And then you're in the workforce. Oh, you're this or this. Where you get a job. You can have a job. You can have a special treatment. You can get elevated quickly. You don't really need to prove yourself. You don't really need to have the skills. You just need to have. In fact, it doesn't matter if the skills or not. It became more important that you are some sort of minority or a woman or something like that to get hired somewhere, because suddenly everyone had a college degree, and so college degrees are nil. They don't. I remember that being the case when I went to the workforce too after college, where it's like no one was hiring. Like the having a college degree was nothing, and it was completely meaningless because you have to have a college degree and like 5 years of experience. What? No one ever told me that. I need to be working in this field somehow for like when I got into senior year in high school. I better have started working in the field that I want to eventually step into, even though I didn't know what that field was. So, but you need like 5 years of experience, and it's like an entry level job. Like, what the hell is this nonsense? What the hell is this? So I don't know, I could go on, but these are just a few examples of what I think help contribute to the millennial mindset, the millennial attitude, the culture of the millennial. And you look at how we were raised and what kind of world we grew up in, and how coddled we were. And of course the divorce rates and all stuff like that. People didn't really have a dad, and the dad, the main thing that the millennial had for a dad was the guy that pulled you away from comfort, the comfort of the mother, and so you resented him. And if we never had to go through a rite of passage, and we never had to do that moment of hold your breath, here we go, you're going to succeed or fail, and if you fail, it really is a failure, no one's going to catch you. If we never went through a rite of passage, we'll never learn to appreciate the father. And so there was like a whole generation that never really had to go through a rite of passage, and so didn't really have to appreciate the father. And so what happened? It's a whole generation of people who hate their dads making movies. That's what happened. I don't know. It's a big thing. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff put together. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, I think. Once I thought back on and reflected upon the experiences that I've seen, that personally experienced, that I've heard about, the culture at the time, it's pretty crazy. And see, writing nowadays is just mommy daddy issues. It definitely is. It definitely is. And see, Lady Fastlet's good morning, LD and Bez Chat. Enjoying watching World Cup fans discovering the US. It's fun seeing sports fans having a good time. They just need to learn the art of tailgating. Oh yeah, tailgating. That's an American classic, and they're golden. And see, Abrasiodi, good morning, all. And once again, Doctor Who's once biggest Doctor Who fan. I feel nothing about this cancellation. My friends and I were crazy about Doctor Who back in the day. Not the old one, but the new one. We were watching, David Tennant, Eccleston, Tennant, and then Matt Smith. The Matt Smith one was really, really when we really got into it together. Like I think we started with Tennant, and then the end of Tennant, and then because that's when I showed my friend that thing, and then I thought it was silly. But as we went on, we've discovered that it's really cool. It's awesome. We were making drinks. Like we found a recipe online for a sonic screwdriver. The drink, the screwdriver, right? But someone found how to make a sonic screwdriver, and it was cool because it would use blue curacao. But at one point, You use blue curacao and then you add a little bit more to it, and then it turned green. So it went from blue to green, which kind of like that was pretty cool because it was like the 10th Doctor becoming the 11th Doctor. Because the 10th Doctor was blue and the 11th Doctor was green. But it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. We would get together, we would watch these, we watch a new Doctor Who episode, we'll have marathons. It was great. I love Doctor Who. It really influenced some the way I write a little bit on how the craziness, the twists, the turns. I really enjoyed it. But unfortunately, it went downhill. It went downhill, I think, starting with Matt Smith, the latter end of Matt Smith. And then, unfortunately, Capaldi was a really good doctor. He's a really good doctor, but he had terrible, terrible, terrible stories. He was robbed of his time as a doctor. Essentially, to me, he was robbed because he was ready to. He had all the assets, all the skill, everything, but no stories, no good stories, except for maybe Hell Bent and Heaven Sent, maybe. It was very, very few stories I would call adequate in the Capaldi run. But then, of course, it went full on woke. It was going full on woke in the Capaldi run, but it went full on woke after he was gone, especially. And yeah, I feel nothing. In fact, I feel kind of relieved. It's kind of like seeing a person dying and in pain, finally passing on. That's kind of what it feels like. So it deserved its cancellation, and it didn't have to be canceled. But wokeness killed it. Wokeness is a disease. It is a cancer, and it killed Doctor Who. It just killed so many franchises, unfortunately. But I'm glad that the Doctor Who is out of its misery. We don't have to see more and more of its ravaging of the IP as they try to insist that everyone is totally watching it. And as they insist that everyone who dislikes is just like a random bigot who's just online, who's really loud but is in the minority. But no, most people don't like it. Most people don't. And now it's just stop beating its corpse. Exactly. Sammy Tronics, hello to you. Good morning, everyone. Hello to you. LCTS Coder says, good morning, fellasmen. Hello to you. Good morning. That says, probably because they naturally gatekeep. Normal Man, hello to you. Good morning. And Mexico, hello to you. Normal Man, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Exum Legume says, hail, Litcan. Hail, best chuds. Good morning, Exum Legume. Greggy Nunny says, good morning, Literative and Best Chat. I saw Niza, and it was good. A young boy born with the power to destroy the world has to choose between good and evil and break the chains of fate. Interesting. Sounds pretty cool. Let's see. Ben Parker says, yep, 2 theatrical films of Doctor Who starred Peter Cushing. That's pretty awesome. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool, though. I mean, I guess he would make a fantastic doctor. So that's a good choice. That's a really good choice. Book Golem says, good morning to you, and good morning to you. Book Golem, hello. Ace of Swords, Silas Archer, good morning, LD and Rumble Chat. Hello to you, say Ace of Swords, the Silas Archer from Rumble. Matt, hello to you, Mad Skirt. What's Gucci, my ninjas? Oh, we're going deep in Doctor Who today, and a couple other things. Kirk Eclipse says, hey, LD, good morning. Tamer Spoon 3 says, you should have started getting that experience in high school for a job that requires a 4-year degree. Exactly. Somehow. But yeah, it was like there's no jobs. There are no jobs that you can get with a college degree unless you have like a on job experience in the field, multiple years of experience in the field. And how does that work for an entry level job, mind you? Like entry level job. So this became a meme with millennials, by the way. This whole nonsense about, okay, I just graduated college, I got my degree, off to get a job. Oh, you get a degree, okay. Also, like 4 or 5 years of experience. Like, does everyone do this? I didn't know this. Are you supposed to get internships while you're in college? Are you supposed to be an intern and then also go to college, so you can get that experience? I didn't know that. No one told me about that. So I didn't do that. And in a field, I don't know which one I'm going to enter. Like, of course. And say, Lit of education has no real life experience outside of school. It doesn't. Not when you're a millennial. Not during our era, where they don't care about your college degree. They want you to have one. They don't care about it. It's like, okay, you have to at least have this in order to even be considered. All right, but then also you gotta have some life experience or some on job experience. So it's tough out there. It's like millennials were lied to. So I do understand some of the rage because I've had it. It's like if we were told all our lives that if we just go to school, do what we need to do, graduate college, we would have a nice job and get a decent living. But that didn't work. That didn't work out. Right? He's like, okay, well, just pick this educational field, and like, okay, what are your options here? Or your options is to like teach. If even if that, your options here is like there's no jobs for this diploma. Then why did you offer the diploma? So a lot of millennials got that experience. Then why'd you offer it? Why'd you allow me to pay $100,000 and put myself into steep personal debt for a diploma that is worthless? Why did you do that? And also, even if I get the diploma and it's not worthless, what now? Oh, you need sorry, it doesn't really count. Who cares? No one cares about your diploma. Are you need a on-job experience. Like what? In the field experience. So yeah, there's a lot of things that millennials were told that we were lied to by Gen Xers and boomers. And so yeah, some of this anger is justified. It's just it's a matter of handling it in a healthy way. We got to handle it in a healthy way. But yeah, it's kind of why we distrust the boomers, we trust the Gen Xers, distrust the government and everything, because we were lied to. The millennials were lied to. We were told that if we went to high school, we did good in high school, we did good in college, and if we follow our dreams and everything, we would have at least a decent job. And then not only did we not get that job, not only we were rejected from getting these jobs because you need a diploma and all this experience for an entry level job that pays nothing. You can't buy a house, so you have to rent forever. And there's like a whole slew of issues. Inflation is running rampant. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, millennial rage is definitely a thing that was deserved. But on the other hand, it's you have to understand that you need to express this healthily and smartly. All right. This whole thing about tear down the system and everything is not a really good idea. All right. It's blaming mommy and daddy and all that stuff. It's not a really good idea. Destroying all these traditions, not really a good idea. You need to, help guide for a better day as opposed to a dead day. Stop burning down all these traditions and stuff. Learn to appreciate what is good and not harp on what's bad. It's kind of like that whole episode of Smiling Friends where the frowning friends come in, right? It's the power of the positivity and being joyful is a powerful thing. Not like false, fake corporate positivity, but like never underestimate the power of a smile, right? So it's like the idea of it's so much easier to frown. It's so much easier to give in to the darkness and to the bitterness, but it's it doesn't really have as much power as a smile. Like it's like look what they need to do to mimic a fraction of our power. Look what nihilism and all that stuff needs to do to mimic a fraction of the power of mythical value of the traditions of a smile. But yeah, just we were lied to in big ways. We were lied to all of our lives, and when we got to the point where we've earned everything, we're stepping out to the real life, we were slapped in the face, and everything we thought was going to be the case was a lie. And I wonder why. I wonder if this is like the reality of why so many millennials became atheists also. Because if our whole lives were a lie up to this point, what else is a lie? And say, Carlos Okanurin says, "Oh, hell's teeth! I didn't mean to be so bloody late. Job interview, which went okay. Well, that's pretty good. But I may have to stop coming here if it would be remote 9 to 5. That's all right. I'm glad you're going to get a cool job. That's good. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Well done, Car the Token Nerd. It's a chat. Let's see. It's a Ghost Code says Matt Smith plays a really good villain as shit as Morbius was. At least he seemed to try and make something good come out of it. Yeah, Matt Smith is a really good actor. He's a really good actor in general. So he's able to pull off these incredible roles. Let the Bomb says, I saw so many entry-level jobs like that. Yeah, so did I. And I think a lot of millennials did as well. This endless offers of jobs that you couldn't get. Entry-level jobs that you couldn't get because you required like 4 or 5 years of experience. Like what? No. I mean, at that point, I would say that lying on your report would be on your resume would be justice at that point. Because that's how Neil Gaiman got his jobs. He said Neil Gaiman got his job. He went from trying to write things to saying, okay, I need some experience. So he went to go write for a magazine. I forgot which magazine it was. It was like some music magazine where he would interview people, interview like stars and stuff. That's kind of where his next job was. But the thing is, he to get that job, he lied on his resume. He said, I worked here and I worked here and I worked here and I worked here. He never did, but he got hired. I think that's kind of like, I wouldn't put it past millennials to lie on their job resumes in order to get just, oh yeah, I did this for 5 years. Of course, now they can probably check it, but because back then they couldn't. But it's something like that. Or what do you mean? I need a college degree and 5 years of experience. How am I going to get the experience if every entry level job requires a degree and experience? There's just this never ending nonsense that we just as a millennial you kind of ran into. Like, how are you supposed to get a job if you can't get if you need experience to get a job? And see, Velvet Simator says some jobs are asking you to pay for them, right? People weren't lying. Exactly. You got to pay. You got to pay. I think you got to pay for. I think there's some jobs where you got to pay for your uniform and things like that. Let's see. So Mr. Self-Destruction says to be a barista, you must have 2 years of experience. How do you start? You don't. Like how do you even get these jobs? You have to lie on your resume to get these things. Let's see. Tell Generation says sad fact is that a female doctor was possible, but why now? We know why. I stopped watching it when the bad Hote male shot the Spider-Man and arachnids in the UK. He said, "Make the UK great again." Yeah, it's crazy. You're kind of locked out if you're not suffering from anything, right? So if you're a perfectly healthy person, good luck getting a job, or especially if you're like a perfectly healthy white man, good luck getting a job. Let's see. Carl Token says many years ago, I heard of someone with a degree assume automatically that they would immediately get a management position. Yeah, it's also another one. Like you should, right? Like, or at least some sort of like mid-tier position right off the bat. Like, people who drop out of high school should get the lower positions, right? That's if all things are just and fair. So the person who drops out of high school or just graduates high school with no degree, with no college degree, should get like the lower tier positions. I mean, if you go through college and get yourself a college degree, you should at least start mid tier. Like or else what's the point? All right. So, but it became very clear that it was a better use of your time to have not gone to college and spent that time working instead, because then you would have a career set, you'd have on-job experience, and you wouldn't be $100,000 in debt just so you can have a piece of paper that no one cares about. So yeah, millennial rage, very justified in a lot of ways, but you're not. You should. There's ways to handle it. All right. Seed Garden says, I'm built from on-the-job experience. Hello, LD and Best Chat. Hello, DC Gardens. Yeah, again, it's like it would be we've learned too late that it was far more beneficial for you to not go to college and to enter the workforce right out of high school, as opposed to going to college and wasting all that time and tens of thousands of dollars to get a useless degree. Unless you're becoming like a doctor or a lawyer or something, it wasn't, or maybe like some sort of STEM field, then it really wasn't worth it. And even then, you still needed, to tackle the whole on-job experience thing. Everyone says, good morning, LD and Best Chat. Good morning to you, VM. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see. So the instruction says, if it's worthless, why did they sell it to me? Because you bought it. Yeah, because you bought it. Exactly. It's like a painting. Let's see. But as he says, some MoFat episodes are great overall, but already infected with woke. It's like seeing a perfectly healthy person suddenly coughing blood. Yeah, exactly. The MoFat episodes began really cool because MoFat was like, oh yeah, here's the weeping angels and stuff like that. But then he got too arrogant. He got too arrogant and he started making weird decisions. And it began to emphasize spectacle over substance towards the end there, unfortunately. Because I ran into the craziest DEI in the history of mankind over the last 20 years. 90% trying to DEI the function of 7%. Yeah, it's like what you work hard and you're healthy and you get a college degree and there's no jobs for you. And the only way to get a job really is to be a minority or a woman or mentally ill. It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. And Will Common says, "Good ghost job. You must have 10 years experience on a program that has only existed for 3 years." Yes, somehow. Let's see. Golden River next to 2,000 chat says, "What's the cringe?" Oh man, the millennial experience growing up, we were lied to. So while I do find millennial writing cringe, I do know where it comes from, right? It's like one of those sympathetic villains, right? The millennials are kind of like the sympathetic villain generation, which I think is an apt comparison considering that we are the sympathetic villain generation. We are the generation that loves the sympathetic villain, and that we love villains more than heroes. We are that generation. We have become that generation for some reason. But the thing is, we are the generation that is the sympathetic villain. We have every justifiable reason to be angry and to want revenge. But we've done it. We've tried to, we've acted out and have placed our rage in the wrong way. It's pretty much it's very unhealthy because the millennial viewpoint is tear it all down, burn the traditions, shrug off God and religion, and become fat, lazy, and demand support from the government because we were lied to our whole lives. So that's not the way to go. So yeah, as I said before, we are the sympathetic villain generation. We have every justifiable reason to be angry at the system, but we don't have the right to be villainous about it. Well, we shouldn't be villainous about it. That's kind of the whole thing. We shouldn't be a villain. We have just justifiable cause, but going towards villainy is not the good idea. It's not all that great. Let's see. Michael Thon says it was plot to not hire young adults and keep cycling the boomers already employed. That's kind of what it turned out to be. Like, how else, unless you're a boomer, how are you going to get a job like this? It's Alan Burger says, "You're telling me that Generation Alpha kids don't love job requirements that are a cross between Sphinx-esque riddles and Sisyphean tasks?" Yeah, and you wonder why everyone wants to be like a YouTuber or something. Because the corporations have set the standards so weirdly, not even high, but weirdly. It's not. Is it that high of an ask to ask for 5 years of experience? Not really. Is it weird that you ask for 5 years of experience and a 4-year degree for an entry-level job? Yes. It's now we have college students telling visitors and debaters to leave the poor little children alone so they can go to class in peace. Exactly. Just let them go to school. Let's see. Dr. Crow says, "Good morning, LD and Best. Getting caught up on the writing behind on my 8-page challenge this month." Well, yeah, that's a good idea. Get caught up. Well done, Dr. Crow, and good luck to you. Good luck to you. Let me see your chat. Showing Jonas, I took a paid course on HTML and web design. Kind of useless most of the time with today's interface, but now and then something proves useful. Yeah, it's good to know. It's good to have the knowledge, the overall knowledge. Let's see. Ellen Fence says, "I'm mean, hyper competent, physicality fit, white male about to be 42, slaving away in the Walmart. I'm hearing you on FMLD." Let's see. Well, you mean like the radio station? Is he like the radio wave? This is FM 41215. It's so CG Guard says, "Oh yeah, please don't worry, sir. I've given them a reprimand for their behavior. Cheers, have a good day, dude. Don't worry, that person was dumb. You're fine. Your job is fine. Just act like I did." Exactly. Let's see. Hey, Paul Taylor, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello to you. Hello to you. A lot of this has to do with the education system. A lot of these union leader teachers are tremendously unhappy, and instead of dealing with their own issues, they get on the kid. He's about right. He's about right. Like this, we were the young kids that the boomers took all their rage out on. Let's see. Ben Parker says, "I believe some places expect you that you'll have undertaken an internship." Yeah, this thing is that there's none of the guidance counselors that helped you out was like, okay, here's your internship. They can go here, then or have one there in the college. You would think that'd be part of all the money you pay to them. You think they could just set you up with an internship for you, or help you pick one out, right? instead of letting you pay all that money to get a degree and then you're out of luck with the job experience. Now, look, Samataro says frequently in the classics, what differentiates the villain and the hero is that while both suffered, one of them used that as motivation to help others. Yeah, so I have a whole video on the, and I talk about this several times in my recent videos too, that to simple it down, the one big difference between a Jedi and a Sith, between a hero and a villain, is their temptation test. If you fail it and you succumb to it, you are a villain. If you pass it, even if you fail it at first but want to pass it and eventually do, you are a hero. It is one of your biggest tests that you have to go through as a person and as a character. But if you willingly fail it and you don't mind that you fail it, as you accept it, like you embrace it, then you're a villain. It's kind of what happened to Darth Vader. Anyway, chat. Anyway, here we go, chat. Let's check out, see what happened to Doctor Who after it's been canceled. Let's see this situation. Here we go.
The Doctor.
Paul Taylor, they should $10 super. Whoa, what is this? But Paul Taylor, they said $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And see, at some point you need to get a break from your first job to get your foot in the door and get some work experience, and it's up to you to make the most of it. Yeah, but that was like the whole thing. Like, okay, I could understand entry-level job, not too glamorous, but like just to get your foot in the door, you had to have all this stuff. It's like, what the hell? Why did I go through all the experience and get an insurmountable debt over a degree that is useless? Like, it's like, okay, you have a degree, fine. But do you also have 5 years of work experience? Hey, come on, man. Anyway.
Cue the title sequence.
Okay, didn't they want to do that? That's what I've heard. I heard that they were planning to have like Doctor Who going to regenerate into a drag person next. That's what I heard.
Doctor Who has been cancelled.
No, go ahead and call it cancelled if you want. You're wrong. You're literally wrong.
The series has been cancelled.
They're not allowed to submit defeat, right? They're not allowed to admit that they have lost. It's been canceled. It is over. How are you going to say like, no, it's not been canceled. It's on hiatus. Is that your cope? That's your cope, Davies?
Right up until they can find some other mark to take on the risk for them. And even if we do get those future years of the program, we may not see it till at least 2028. For at least.
The thing is, it's really, if it wasn't canceled, it should have been, because no one was watching it. They chased off all the people watching it. It used to be huge. It used to be enormous. Doctor Who was a cultural shift in the United States, and it could have remained that way. Just like Star Wars could have remained that way, but they had to go woke, and no one wants to be lectured at. No one wants to see an agenda-driven show. They want to see fun shows that are interesting and cool and heartfelt with a moral core. They want that. Like the original Davies run, and even Matt Smith, the moral core of the Doctor was that, we knew that he didn't really want to do violence. We knew that he would rather be merciful than cruel, and that he would struggle with these inclinations sometimes. Sometimes he would just encounter such great evil that he had to compromise his morals. And sometimes he would encounter such atrocities that, he would get so angry at the universe around him that he would just toss away his typical methods, and he would become weird. He would become more psycho. And it's kind of what happened with I think, was it Rose, or I forgot who it was, but it was like this one point, or was it Clara? There was one point where we got to see what would happen if this companion wasn't there. And the Doctor would have been killed because he wanted to see this one creature die. But because the original occurrence of what happened was that the companion said, "Doctor, you got to go. We got to go," and he snapped out of it. And he was able to escape. But without that help, was it Martha Jones? Without that help, he would have stayed there until he died. So it's interesting. At least not canceled. It's a miniseries. Remember that old excuse? Yeah, the old excuse where like it's not canceled. It's a miniseries. She's going to return with a new series. Let's see.
At least 3 years. And some places like Polygon saying it needs to go away for at least 10 years. That is when you don't have articles just saying it should be dead anyway.
I think this guarantees years of the program.
And if you're thinking that way, it's worth it because it'll have an entirely new studio and new people creating it. This will allow a fresh start without the hang-up of the previous series.
and see. We got a guest in the back room. Let's see who this could possibly be.
Don't talk to me. I know you're a pervert under there.
Yeah.
Thank you for being so patient, Stu, for staying in the back room for 50 minutes.
You know how it is. All right, so what's happening today?
We're going over the whole cancellation of Doctor Who and the denial that it has been canceled, even though it has clearly been canceled.
Yeah, because no one wants to fucking touch this loser, stupid fucking show. It sucks.
Yeah, and I mentioned that. Man, were you ever into Doctor Who, Stu? Because my friends and I were huge in Doctor Who, the new Who.
Yeah, I kind of liked it a lot. I got into it around who is after Eccleston, the really popular one,
David Tennant.
Yeah, I liked Tennant a lot. I just didn't care, you know. Like I wasn't in love with him. I really liked the Matt Smith era. I really liked Donna. And I stopped caring shortly after I stopped caring around the old guy. Like he was fine. Yeah, like he was like I think I feel like the consensus around him is the same that everyone has. It's like good actor, shitty show. You know?
Yeah. Like he was, to me, he was robbed of his chance to be Doctor Who because he had awful stories, but he himself was a fantastic doctor, absolutely fantastic, acting ability wise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my friends and I were really big in Doctor. We had Doctor Who shirts. Like I really liked the Van Gogh painting of the TARDIS exploding. I got a shirt with that on it. It was pretty awesome. And I told the chat about how we discovered a recipe for a sonic screwdriver drink, which is a regular screwdriver that uses blue curacao, and once you add in, I think, the orange juice, it goes from blue to green, and I thought that was pretty cool because it goes like Tennant to Matt Smith.
Yeah,
but it was awesome. We loved Doctor Who, and I think America loved Doctor Who.
We did
for a while.
For a while, like the big popular crossovers was Super Who-lock. It was Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Supernatural, and Sherlock. And for a while, those were the best live action shows. And that's because, you know, it was actually good. They told good stories and it was engaging. Now with all this fucking bullshit, the gay shit, it's all fucking annoying shit. And it's shit that doesn't matter. So yeah, no one cares anymore.
And that's the tragedy of it all, because this, like Star Wars, Doctor Who could have been a lot better. I keep saying now that right now Disney should be like raking in like billions of dollars on the regular from Star Wars. They should be making a new movie, and this is the news of the century. It's like, oh, a new Star Wars movie from Disney. Oh yeah, it's great. So a new TV show from Disney. Oh yeah, it's great. Or Star Wars Disney TV show, whatever. Like every single time they pump out something new, people should be clamoring to go watch it. Oh yeah, it's great, new Star Wars movie. Let's go watch it. It should be that way. It should have gone from raking in hundreds of millions to breaking in billions of dollars on the regular. This an endless machine of money. But they allowed it to go woke. They allowed it to go end-time male. They allowed Kathleen Kennedy and her ilk to drive away the fan base and make it completely political, and to bash heroism, to bash Star Wars itself, and to bash all the traditions that built Star Wars in the first place. They allowed them to just wreck it all. And now they're like, okay, what do we do with Star Wars? It's like a dead franchise.
Yeah. How is it that Star Wars is dead? That's incredible. Because even I never cared for Star Wars, you know, like it was never my thing. But the fact that, you know, it was never my thing, but I always kind of knew what was happening. Like that's a big deal. Now it's just like nobody knows what's happening and no one gives a shit.
And they don't. Like George Lucas, despite the prequel trilogy, kept Star Wars alive and healthy for decades. But the moment it gets in the hands of Disney and they put their corporate slop into it, and it just dies. It's like adding salt to a snail. It just shrivels up and dies.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep doing it to every single thing. Like Doctor Who right now, if it maintained the course of really good storytelling, really cool adventures, it would probably be raking in billions too. Like still, it's raking in billions. Like Star Wars should be raking in billions on the regular with little effort. Very little effort. It should be the both of those series should be the PewDiePie of modern day television. Mm-hmm. Like PewDiePie would sneeze and gain 90 million subscribers. But that's what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But they decided to go woke, and now it's no one wants to. No one. They have fallen so far from this peak of everyone loves it, everyone clamors over it. It's you can this merchandise from it you can sell for like 50, 60, $100 depending on what it is or more. To nobody, literally nobody cares. Nobody cares. To me, it's like pulling the like the cancellation of Doctor Who is like pulling the plug on someone on life support. That's kind of what it felt like hearing this cancellation. As someone who really liked Doctor Who for a long time, for years. I really like the Matt Smith era and David Tennant, but I really like the Matt Smith like fairy tale kind of feel to it. But yeah, now despite having loved the series so much, I feel like, oh yeah, it's good. I'm glad it's gone. I'm tired of seeing that series suffer. I'm tired of seeing it ravaged to no end. And see. Paul Taylor says people still want to be entertained but have no time for this political activism. Yeah, escapism is still very much needed, and only smart enough to cater to that will be successful. And yeah, exactly. It's kind of like what Tolkien said in his letter, or his response to people saying, "Oh, you're writing fantasy. What a loser." He's like, "Well, I see it." Like Tolkien said something along the lines of escapism is necessary, and he goes like because he was in war. He's like, and in wartime, if you are captured by the enemy, it is your moral and patriotic duty to try to escape that prison and to take as many people as you can with you. And he saw escapism as the same way. As an author, is your moral duty to write a story in which people can, that not only you can escape, but other people can, and to take as many people as you can with you. So I do like how a lot of these like manly men who've been to war, like Tolkien and Lee Child is the same way. The guy that made Jack Reacher. A lot of the more manly men are like, yeah, we need escapism. It's important, and I'm going to unapologetically write escapism, and we're going to go and escape together for a little while. I guess it takes a manly man or a testosterone heavy man or whatever, because it does take a little bit of that extra backbone to go, fuck you. I don't care about that, all right? I don't care about you chastising me over my hobbies or whatever, because you, as far as the society at large is concerned, a grown man cannot have any hobbies other than work. You, as a grown man, society sees you as a drone, a motionless, needless drone that should never complain, never have any feelings, and should just work constantly until he's dead. And if you dare say, hey, look, I like this hobby. I play video games. I build Legos. Suddenly you're a loser and a mama's boy and good have fun in your mom's basement. I read fantasy. What a loser. All right. So it's really funny to see that all the way back in Tolkien's era, they're hitting guys with that. Why are you writing fantasy? They say to a war veteran and a professor of, was it Oxford? You need to grow up. Stop reading and writing fantasy. Like, no, it's dumb. Shut up. Sit down. Sit down.
I just realized my fucking microphone was off. I was like, why am I not getting a word in?
oh yeah. I was like, I thought you were going to say something, but I was waiting for.
Yeah, no, I realize that now. No, and that's so frustrating. I've got some shit going on like that. I actually do need to leave real soon, but I'm pretty fucking mad about. But
oh man, I totally shouldn't have kept you backstage for 50 minutes or whatever.
No, it wasn't. I had to deal with it. By the way, Chad, I wasn't kept backstage for 50 minutes. I had a phone call with one of my workers, and he let it slip that I need to go bust some fucking heads. So
there's a mutiny afoot.
Yeah, well, I won't necessarily report on it, but yeah, no, I gotta leave soon. So.
Let's see. Go bust some heads, Stu. And McGovern says, do behind the scenes with Doctor Who blast the old woke cast who are like, yeah, we should like they should have brought back David Tennant and like, okay, this is where or Matt Smith. They should bring back Matt Smith and like, okay, this is kind of where we're beginning or Capaldi. I like Capaldi. Let's give Capaldi some good stories. I think that'll be good enough to win back the hearts and minds of the fans.
No. When it goes through competitive tender, it gets judged by the BBC. It allows an independent production company to take it over, which includes BBC studios themselves. And Bad Wolf can still join that tender and win it again. Stupid as that is, this is the BBC. Remember, they're not a profit-driven company. That's why they're so obsessed with pushing ideological lunacy.
Yes, we know. We know everything. Thanks. And you know nothing?
I promise I can help him get home and then you'll never see me.
The whole thing, like, we know everything and you know nothing. I mean, it was because he's a man and they're women. I remember that scene. That scene went around.
Yeah. No, I'm getting that. Seeing that a lot.
That actually was in the Capaldi era, where I think with Missy, I liked Missy, like the female master, the mistress, and I like that they're being like they're kind of shipped together, like Capaldi and she were like kind of shipped together, and she was falling for him because she's a girl now and has all these girly emotions.
Because she's a girl now.
That's what happened. Like they meet the old master, you know, the one that was the prime minister. And it was like the old master and Missy meet each other, and they have a confrontation because Missy was falling in love with the doctor, and the other one who was still a dude is like, "No, he's evil, kill him!" Like, I hate the doctor. So yeah, she was literally falling in love with the doctor because she's a girl now and has all these girly emotions.
That's really funny.
But the thing is, they go like I think every time they introduce like they have like a Time Lord recharge, what's it called, regenerate into a woman. They always have to mention that, oh, I've had an upgrade, because now they're a woman and being a woman is now an upgrade. They always have to toss that line in.
It's really annoying.
My favorite one is like this white guy gets killed and he regenerates to a bald black woman and goes, I've had an upgrade. It's somehow the bald black lady is a lot more masculine and angry than the white guy was.
Yeah,
but they always have to say that, like, oh, I've had an upgrade, or that you're stupid because you're a man and I'm smart because I'm a woman, and they keep doing that over and over and over again. But it was way back when, where I think Missy gets killed by herself, essentially the other master, and the Capaldi and the, what's it called, Saxon, this alcohol Saxon master was he was like, oh, what is this going to be about, women taking over or whatever? And Capaldi goes, we can only hope that women take over, and we get a brighter future. So it's very heavy on women are way better and more enlightened than men, and that becoming a woman is an upgrade at all points in Doctor Who. So it kind of started there in the latter parts of Capaldi era, but it really went home. It really was knocked home later on. And that's what it was. Harold Saxon. That's what he was. Let's see. Because I think they gave Harold Saxon the point of view of the disgruntled misogynist fan. Like, what, everyone gonna be a girl in the future now? Because he just fought his own girl self, and yeah, he goes like, if only. Is everybody a girl in the future? I hope so. That's kind of what the sentiment was. But anyway, we got another guest in the back room. Let's see what this could possibly be.
What's Gucci, my ninjas? At a tat tat tat, the Pretorius, the Pretorius, LADPHD, we apologize. I'm a beast, you better check. I'm flipping the script, redefining the monomyth, emblematic of greatness. What's Gucci, my ninjas? At a tat tat tat, the Pretorius, the Pretorius, LADPHD, we apologize. Much is most smooth as ever. Main character vibe. The YouTuber, the whole chat subscribe.
And welcome, Ed.
What is Gucci? My ninjas. I had to come in because Stu is way too busy doing something else. We could hear the typing. So I was like, well, I guess somebody has to go back up LD.
I do like the fact in the intro I begin white and I become black later.
I mean, it's pretty appropriate for what we're talking about, right?
It's the
upgrades, right?
Yeah, I'm black now, so I got an upgrade. That's probably what they would say. Like if they had like a black, just a black or white guy become a black guy, they would say, I've had an upgrade. They would probably say that in Doctor Who.
Of course they would, because like the BBC is nothing but cucks right now.
Very much cucks. Like, there's a whole nation of cucks almost. At least the people in charge are cucks. The people are on the other hand, like, nah, we're not going to take it. Especially in Ireland right now.
Right?
Good for Ireland. They're fine.
Ireland's like, enough of this nonsense. We're going to take it.
Hello,
We're gonna throw
Clover.
potatoes at you.
Well, one of the things like with Ireland right now is there has been no real police action. It's now just straight up a race war. That's just what's happening.
The Irish militia is on the case.
Yeah, because there was no real big police action to the Irish going around ejecting people, but a whole bunch of Muslims started going around attacking people. So it's like, oh, cool, this is finally undeniable. Let's go.
I'm shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, it's Northern Ireland, just to be clear.
Yeah, Northern Ireland, because that's the part of the UK controls, Northern Ireland. So
Yeah.
they get sent refugees as well.
Assuming he as a pronoun.
I don't know what this episode is about. I do remember this character. Just, like, what the hell? What is this? What the hell have you done a Doctor Who?
That looks like Hunger Games.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's like this kind of what it feels like. Just the crazy nonsense of Hunger Games. Like, oh yeah, she has like pea green skin or something. In Hunger Games. Yeah, so they have like a drag queen villain for an episode.
And it says, while the criteria will vary from program to program, they will be chosen based on a range of considerations, including value for money and the opportunity for editorial review. Welcome to the new boss. Same as the old boss. Literally. Oh, you can have a new studio, new writers, new directors, new creators, only for it to go through the same process with the BBC that has all of the same issues. The same people who gave carte blanche to do whatever he wants to this guy.
I'm trying to figure out his hair and how it works.
It runs on British rules, I think.
Back to when you took over Doctor Who for the second time, what would you do differently? Oh, nothing. I loved what I did.
Russell
What
T.
the fuck
Davis
is
there.
gay Dio?
I don't know. But of course, Russell Davies is not going to say anything. He's like, oh, he's a deviant. That's kind of what happened last time, where he lamented having to be held back because he went on to make something called Torchwood. Like he went off to make a sideshow called Torchwood, where it allowed him to do more adult stuff and to have him a gay protagonist and stuff like that, and have him have John Barrowman, his Captain Harkness, kind of sleep with all these men and stuff. So now that's the woke era, and you can just unshackle with all the drag queens and gay relationships and everything you can. They allowed him to have 2 doctors. Now that he can do that, he did it. So
always a reliable source, at least when it comes to knowledge about killing Doctor Who. A man
This isn't going
proficient
to
at
make sense
maximizing.
to anyone. Whoa, I didn't even know he had a party in the back there. It doesn't even, it looks like 2 different hair pieces. Like the back doesn't match the front at all. But this won't make sense to anybody. Probably not. But he looks like the Temu version of Peter Rollins, the Irish philosopher and theologian. Again, no one's going to get that.
I don't think I've actually seen Peter Rollins before.
Oh, yeah, I've met him. He's a cool dude.
There's 2 hair pieces.
Change in revenue, as long as you want it to go downwards.
Millions of you watched me as Eric.
Oh man, this
Boy,
outfit's a choice.
Man, it says it all, doesn't it?
This outfit definitely is a choice.
12 of you watched me in Doctor Who. Maybe that's why I kept crying.
And this
Oh,
guy
he's not
who
on ice
successfully managed
skates?
to kill him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like an ice skating championship outfit,
right?
Franchise which has gone on for decades.
Even for a straight dude, like a straight dude would wear that. And
I wouldn't change anything about it, presumably, because he was so proud of this.
An innocent podcaster is appealing to the disaffected youth. Radical blogs, subscription to
Oh, I
Albion
probably should have
TV,
asked this. Do we like this guy?
I like this brew. I don't like what they did with Doctor Who.
No, wait, who's this dude that's in the corner?
Disparu. Let's see.
Is he different than the other guy?
Oh, he's the same guy.
Wait, but he
This
has a
podcast-
different hair.
Yeah, I guess it's like he had a haircut back then, I think.
An echo chamber of disinformation.
Wasn't about cause, it's grandstanding and ego. You're
An angry little man who put the safety of this country at risk.
And I gave my bottom just once again. Did you?
Now, Russell T. Davis TV
Hair
really does have a
grows.
line for
No
everything.
shit,
Even
hair
him getting
grows.
fired.
My point was that
Yeah,
it's in the
man.
same video.
Didn't you know hair grows? The more you know.
Get off my world.
Just shut up and go!
But then again, when the strangest thing he could think of was Cutie Gadra being straight.
Morning, darling.
Morning, sweetheart.
What's
Really
up, Demo?
That's a twist. I'm making a straight character. Boom. What a twist. Let's see.
Insight into how he perceives the families which are meant to be watching the show when he describes being normal like this.
It is, of course, a really strangely traditional, and when I say traditional, I mean bordering on a wrong pattern of behavior.
Of all the people,
It's more traditional and more normal. It's normal. It's wrong. We got to be
who the hell is, who's Tom? When did I hang out with Tom? What Tom? Tom Connors? Sorry, chat's going. I don't.
I guess Tom Connor because Midnight's Edge.
Oh,
I guess
let me tell you how. Let me see. How can I say this? I used to go on there a lot. Like Tom and I have always been really cool. He's always been very supportive. There was an individual that was in his sphere or whatever that did not like me at all.
Uh-oh.
And one time I had to get snuck onto one of Tom's birthday streams. So yeah, it's not Andre. Andre's great. Andre loves me. It was somebody else, but yeah. So I see Tom around every once in a while. We're on Comics Division every here and there together.
It's a country of God. So the $5 says, I work in a factory. The women are no longer allowed to wear booty shorts. Wait a minute. How come they were allowed to wear booty shorts in a factory in the first place?
That seems like it would be dangerous.
Yeah, it's not even like a thing like, okay, we couldn't have, men looking at us. We're like, that's dangerous to women. Like, it's, you should wearing more protective outfits than booty shorts in a factory. What is the scale of, survival instincts here? Like, do you have like none of them? I'd rather have a booty shorts than be protected in a factory. Yeah.
I can't wear my flip-flops in the steel mill. Why?
I remember watching this video of this guy, like he does like, I guess he critiques people's like, home improvement stuff. And he, I was watching this guy like trying to, install a new shower door while wearing like a baggy shirt, flip-flops and things. Like, what is this? He's like, what is this new trend of everyone has to be maximum comfort at all times?
Yeah, I'm sitting.
The guy ended up destroying the entire door. Like it shattered into a trillion pieces.
That had nothing to do with his flip flops.
I think he dropped it or something. Like he did.
Okay, maybe it did.
Like, well, I don't understand the new trend of everyone having to be maximum comfort at all times. How about you just get a little bit uncomfortable so you can protect yourself and do the job right, and then you get back in your flip flops and your nudity later on. Let's see. Now what am I supposed to look at while building a truck? Anyway, that's just that sounds like some sort of like crazy like dystopia. There's like, okay, women are in the factory wearing booty shorts. Like it doesn't really matter. Let him get killed, I guess. And see, like all sparks or whatever fly onto the skin. Megalithon, thanks for $10 super chat. Thank you very much, Megalithon. Appreciate it. Let me see here. It's a wow, mad. Don't know Disparu. Respect this man. He watched all the Velma for us. It's true. Smart to us all.
I watched all of the Alkalite. Right. I mean, by the way, what's his name? Desperatu? Nope. Desperu.
That sounds like a cool name though. Desperatu.
Desprayu. The Prayu. No, I've never been on his channel, man. I haven't watched him.
Let's see. I mean, couldn't they just technically hire women? Just saying around wearing booty shorts. This is like to stand around, like nowhere near the factory workings. Just like to stand around to be ogled at. Couldn't they technically hire women to do that, like as like working in models or something like that? Your job is to come to the factory and wear booty shorts and sit around or stand around. All right, that's your entire job.
People in all the world to write a family show. Russell T Davies was the last person who should be doing it. That means that the very last scenes filmed in the TARDIS will be Russell T Davies with his twink boyfriend. Of all the people that
was that XQC?
Wanted to pretend to be the Doctor. Shit, I don't know why it had to be that.
It looked like it.
Oh man, I'm trying. What was it that he tried to read in cursive? I can't remember what it was.
Did he?
Somebody in chat, and it didn't go well. I also like that when he discovered anyway, he's great.
Let's see.
But then again, that's not even the worst one, is it?
That was it. You know, when
Good timeline XQC. Let's see. Oh, yeah. The booty shorts are only required for people under a certain weight limit. Yeah, it's kind of why their whole job would
pants?
be like that. It would be like their whole job would be. You know, I was a working model. You can dictate how much they have to weigh and everything. I think so. So you can only require you have to meet the weight requirements and everything, the body requirements, and then you come into the store or the factory to wear booty shorts, and that's your entire job is to be just the model that stands around to be ogled at by the workers.
Wait, is E-King is naming off people that he thinks I'm talking about? No, Culture Casino and I, bro, we've had steak together. That's my dude. Polly, I haven't talked to in a long time. I don't know who Chris is, Brayley or Chato, but no, you're not gonna guess him or her. Who knows?
Hello. Yes, apparently that is also the Doctor. Russell T Davis. Strange choices as ever, but very predictable ones.
So I was right.
Got to admit, though, I didn't see this.
The next travesty they were planning is to have a drag queen as a doctor. It's like, come on. You don't love the series. You love your deviancy. You love destroying the series. It's like some sort of like this hateful vendetta against Doctor Who. You have a drag queen as the main character. No one wants to see that.
It's one comic.
You can see that I am dressed as the Doctor.
Yes, you are the Doctor.
I would probably be much better as a companion. So
yes. I'm tired of seeing drag queens everywhere. Like, why is this a thing that we have to include in every single facet of our lives? Like, can you just have it be like a niche again? Like, we don't really need drag queens being stuffed down our throats everywhere we look, right? It's not really a necessary thing.
Stuffed down your throat, sorry. And no, it wasn't Cam either. Man, people really want to know.
Is it guessing?
Yeah.
Let's see. I know who it was. It was Lil Chad.
It was that son of a bitch.
It was Lil Chad.
Without assumption, darling.
Darling.
The companion's meant to be attractive. It's not a surprise the show got cancelled when you're appealing to 3% of the population. That's why, despite him being aligned with the media on basically everything, when it comes to Doctor Who, they still crucify him. It all started when the BBC announced that Russell T Davis and Bad Wolf would be leaving Doctor Who, with Davis confirming he was leaving. Goodbye from
honest, me. All of my Doctor Who knowledge comes from an episode of Community.
They talking about Doctor Who in Community.
Well, they had a spinoff, Doctor Spacetime. I can't remember the name of them, but it was like a Doctor Who, not parody, but like because they couldn't use Doctor Who, so they came up with something else for them to nerd out on, and that's all my knowledge comes from that one episode.
But yeah,
I thought Stu would pick up the Doctor Who slack,
the baton. But yeah, the Doctor Who. We're talking about Doctor Who, how the downfall, its cancellation, things like that. So it's not looking too good.
But hello to a big new future for the show. Although not really, if you actually want more stuff to be made, or have the patience of a saint and can wait for multiple years anyway. He said we only cooked up the Christmas special as a guarantee of a future that no one else knew would happen.
Inspector Spacetime is the one I know.
Yeah, Inspector Spacetime. Let's see. But there's a board game that I like to play called Smash Up, where it's basically like it's really interesting because it's essentially like tabletop Super Smash Brothers, but with genres. So you get like a whole roster of decks for the game, and like ninjas, pirates, ghosts,
of course, right,
wizards, and things like that. And so I collected a bunch of them because I really like playing that game. And what you do, you take two decks and you put them together. So like I'm playing the wizard zombie deck or something.
Right. Yeah.
Two together. And so that's how you play. It's called Smash Up. That's why. And so one of the decks I got after I got the original game was Time Travelers, and they had a Doctor Who stand-in called Dr. Wynn. Like, is this an Asian version? This is like Asian Doctor Who, Dr. Wynn. And Ben Parker says, I know that game, LD. A friend of mine has it, along with some expansions. I had a lot of expansions I used back then. I got the big box that was ready for like 100 more, but I stopped playing it. But the thing is that was a really fun game. I like Smash Up. Smash Up was really fun. It probably would still be fun, But I stopped playing it. that was the issue. Everyone kind of like went to college and moved away. But it's a really fun game. I remember everyone got angry with me because I decided to do like a smash up between ninjas and spies, and I would just like ruin everybody's plans. And
yeah, that's a pretty good combo.
We had to ban that combo. Like, and I promised never to do that combo again. But as spies and ninjas, pretty good combo if you want to have everyone hate you at the end of the night. But anyway.
But now we do know there's no need for it. Now I know I've been fired, I don't need to do anything about it. Which is probably best for everyone, considering his last Christmas special was about a fat wench that became a son to guide the wise men to Jesus.
Who's right all along? I'm Joy!
Of course you are. You're Joy. Joy to the world!
His acting is horrible.
Thank you, but I do have to go.
Yeah, thanks, Stu. Have a good day.
Thank you for having me.
And see, yeah, the thing is about the gay doctor. I wouldn't really follow this doctor anywhere.
Now I got a message too.
I wouldn't have any confidence in this doctor whatsoever at all in leading anyone anywhere.
Her name was Joy, and in case you're wondering, yes, that is an allegory. You'll have to wait a little bit longer for new Doctor Who, but it'll be worth it. It's difficult to think of anyone that could possibly be worse than Russell T Davies. Although this is the BBC, I am open to being surprised in new and horrific ways. For the record, there was no new script. I never wrote it, and no actor was ever approached. Now, this is directly contradictory to the fact that a composer said that he had written multiple versions of a script, and it even said that
was her name Billy something?
I don't know. Have you ever seen the Italian chick on Twitter? With the
gigantic mouth, and they made a whole music video about her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's I forgot what her name is, but Billie Piper. That's it, Billie Piper. She was the first companion when they rebooted Doctor Who into the new Who, and so everyone apparently loved her. She's awful. She sucks. I hated her so much. she just cucks her boyfriend. Like, she's awful at every turn. I'm glad she's dead. At least I hope. Let's see. But her character, the actress is still alive.
Yeah. I got it.
But they hinted at that she was going to be the new Doctor or something like that. That's dumb. Like, this is dumb. But everyone was like, "Oh, Rose is back. Rose is back." I was like, "Why? Why bring back Rose? There's so many better people. Like, Martha Jones is better than Rose. Donna was better than Rose. Everyone is better than Rose, except maybe Clara. Clara was nicer than Rose, but didn't really like her that much. She was just kind of there." Let's see. But here we go. Well, by the way, after Stu left, we have a Streamlabs donation of $2 from Stu's Stalker Legion. Says, LD, would Superman choose to save the lives of a few people over his wife and a 10-year-old son if the world isn't at stake? In a Rebirth story, Superman desperately flew home to California from Metropolis because villains were heading there to murder them. Would Superman choose to save the lives of a few people over his wife and 10-year-old son if the world isn't at stake? That's a really good question, though. That's a really good question. I don't know what would be the good answer. Like, did you choose some strangers or the ones you love? And I think, to me, in the industry right now, then the world at large, you're probably like, oh, Superman better go save the strangers, because they go off of like utilitarianism and like, okay, if there's 10 strangers, that outweighs the need for his 10-year-old son, sort of. And Lois, like, right off the bat, most people probably say, oh yeah, he should probably go save the strangers. I would say he should prioritize his wife and son over those strangers. It's not even on a selfish level, on a moral level. One, because he has an extra duty to these people, because he's the husband and father. And as a husband and father, your priority is your family. Your number one priority is your family, morally speaking. And two, the other part of utilitarianism people kind of just forget about is that it's not about how many people, it's about potential happiness. That's kind of what the morality gauges off of. And if his son is 10 years old, then he has a lot more potential happiness than a bunch of adult strangers. Like, he alone probably has more potential happiness in his future than like 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 strangers put together, depending on how old they are. So to me, the correct answer for Superman to choose would be to choose his wife and son over some complete strangers. And people might play that off as, oh, that's so selfish. It's not. It's he has a moral duty to them as a father and husband, and on a utilitarian level, his son alone would have far more potential happiness in his future than a bunch of adult strangers. So, not so difficult. Although I do know why it might be difficult, and why it might be difficult is because people will say, "Oh, well, yeah, of course, he has to be selfless and save the strangers over his own family." Not necessarily so. Not necessarily so. Ben Berger says, "Mad, what's stopping you from going back on Minute's Edge? They're live right after LD stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday."
Again, there was a person. I don't know if that person is still around. I'll reach out to Tom and see if I can come back on.
It was Banana Chad and see. Sheldon says, Superman can keep pace with Flash. I think that was a hoax, right? It was like in that race they had, the Flash was kind of like slowing himself down so it can look neck and neck, but it wasn't actually neck and neck. Let's see. Anyway,
he pitched it to BBC
no, it
executive.
Wasn't Nina Infinity.
I'm just guessing everything.
I know Nina. I've known her for a very long time.
I don't think she would hate that.
No, dude. We got along just fine. I've been on her channel. She's been on mine. Well, my old one. But I'm a little disappointed on this whole Pillarman, we're not even close to it yet.
Yeah.
So
we're at an hour and a half already. We're just a quarter of the way there. Like, what the hell?
Well, I know one way we could do that, because I know you guys love your Doctor Who, but if that doesn't start climbing, we're gonna switch to my video.
Let's see. What is this?
Yeah.
Already, it's like, what is this?
Oh, you want me to play it? I'll play it. This is.
All right, folks. As you can tell, this video looks a little different from my usual ones. I don't know if you can tell, but this video is strictly for girls. Yeah, this is a gals only video. Sorry, fellas, you're gonna have to wait till the blue version comes out on my Patreon. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I don't have a Patreon, but my podcast does. Go check it out. Okay.
I hate him so much.
Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about gender, and yeah, let's
Oh,
get
geez. All right. So
what happened?
Yeah, I think that was a good teaser. Like, we're talking about gender. All right. If we don't get the Pillarman, we're going to talk about gender. Apparently.
No, the bizarre world of pointlessly gendered products.
That's good. That's such a gay topic. Literally. Hellenberger says, I bet someone would donate 50 if Mad gave up the someone who from Midnight's Edge hates him. Wow, it's somebody, huh?
I wouldn't even say that they're from Midnight Edge. That would be a misnomer. It hard to explain.
By the way, we got another donation from Stu's Stalker Legion. Apparently, Stu is a legion of stalkers who's sending in tiny tidbits of $2 super chats through Streamlabs. Let's see. On the way, it says Stu Stalker Legion says, on the way, Clark stopped about 3 times to save around 4 to 5 people. Because of this, Clark arrived too late to save his family. And the only reason they survived was Lois's integrity or ingenuity and John's emerging powers. Clark never tells them why he was too late. I mean, yeah, so to me, Superman should have prioritized his family over like almost any number of strangers. It's on the fact that he's the father and husband. But yeah, his 10-year-old son has more happiness than so many other strangers put together. So yeah, Superman should have. I know it's tough. Are you seeing people in trouble? You kind of want to help, but Superman should have prioritized his family. Absolutely.
That left them with jaws agape, loving it. Which, as this is Russell, does make me wonder if this is tied to the same reason that Cutie Gat were left, being that his knees hurt.
A role that demands a lot of you physically. I would love to be able to do this full time for the rest of my life, but my knees are telling me it's time.
Now, normally you'd expect knees hurting and your jaw aching to be tied together, but maybe they split the workload between them this time. Who knows?
I just got snowman.
And see, so his jaw is aching and his knees are too scuffed to continue earning his position on the show over and over again. Interesting. Your knees are too red from kneeling too much, I guess, maybe. Keep getting that job, earning that job. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'm pretty sure Gatwa slept with Davies, and that's kind of what got him the position, and several others. Let's see. Shadowden says, "Oh boy, Davies saying his executives were jaws agape, loving it." I mean definitely something else. Yeah. I'm pretty sure their jaws were agape seeing all this, but they can't say anything else other than they love it because the lead is gay. What are they going to do? Say I don't like it and lose their job? I don't think so.
Let's go home. Like a carrot in a snowman's face. But the BBC said this was after careful consideration. It had not been taken lightly. And in order to set the show up for future series, rather than just bridge the gap with a one-off special, we're looking to invest in the long-term future, which will ensure that the TARDIS lands once more. It will do so in all of its glory.
It's a Stu Stalker Legion with another tweet that says, John never learns that his father values the lives of others over his own son. I know that this was written as an example of self-sacrificing hero, but it always bothers me. Isn't the father's greatest responsibility protecting their care for his kids? Yes, that's what that's what I would go with. Is that Superman should prioritize his own family. He really should over these strangers. I know today everyone would say, oh, that's selfish of him. He's only doing it because he loves them and that's selfish. No, he has a moral duty to them over everyone else. So he should prioritize his family first. Heck, that's what his parents did. They prioritized Clark's survivability, his well-being over everyone else, and shot him into space to land on Earth. So that's what he should do as well. It's his moral duty. Plus, his son is only 10 years old and would have a lot more potential happiness than a lot of these other strangers. Insane.
Part of securing the next phase of the show for future generations, with future generations being the show's best hope, considering they've lost most of the previous ones. And yes, the irony isn't lost on me that they're really hoping to secure Doctor Who for future generations, when if any of the current viewers had actually paid attention to the show, there wouldn't be any.
Looking good, Jason.
Now, there was a bit more context from Tom Spilsbury about why he thought they announced the Christmas special at all, that they didn't want the ongoing uncertainty over Doctor Who itself to overshadow the launch of the war between the land and sea. I'm not really sure why they were bothered about that. I mean, I can track multiple topics simultaneously, and I was about 10% of the audience of the war between the land and sea. But he said there was still confidence that they thought they would actually make that episode, but there was no budget in place and no actors on the contract, and definitely no doctor. And it does kind of make you wonder just how much you have to destroy your reputation when Games Radar are coming out and going, actually, I think this cancellation is the best thing that could happen to Doctor Who. It's not dead, but actually, if it just gets locked away for a long time, it's probably for the best. Games Radar are your audience. Games Radar are the people that were supposed to be praising the Cutie Gatwa era. They were supposed to be like, Cutie Gatwa crying. Don't worry, mate, we can reuse those tears.
So I'd sit there typing gay, gay, gay all day long.
Here's the thing, though. People love John Barrowman when he came out during like the original Russell T Davies run. So this whole thing about everyone's just homophobic is a huge cope, like saying that Doctor Who is not canceled. It's a huge cope because everyone like John Barrowman was still masculine. He was a gay dude, but he was still masculine. He was still awesome, very charming, really cool actor. Like everyone liked him in Torchwood, even though Torchwood itself wasn't all that great of a show. He pulled off Children of Earth really well. He did the Miracle Day really well. So people liked John Barrowman. So that wasn't like everyone was suddenly homophobic or anything like that. It was, but you made Gatwa and he's like super gay doctor. It's a big deal. Everyone knew John Barrowman was gay. You had him like sleep with men in Torchwood, and he hit on men in Doctor Who. So everyone was like fine with that. No one was really complaining that much. Like at least it didn't become apparent, but. You know, it's a cope that everyone's just homophobic and that's why they hate Gatwa's doctor. Like, no, that's not the issue. All right. So they always want to go with everyone's just a bigot, and so I can wipe my hands clean of these toxic fans. That's not facing the issue. It's not embracing the issue or trying to solve it. It's just saying it's a dismissal of criticism.
And I get them made. So from my point of view, I'm still having a good time.
Is it bad news? On the face of it, yes.
I need people to... This is a lot of work. I wouldn't do it myself, but because I was trying to find a compilation of the faithful sheriff to be the punishment. Due to so... You know who I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
Oh, Dr. Witnesser? Oh my God. He's so great. All right. So he stole the, burnt peanut? He's like, Yeah, it's like an avatar thing. Anyway, well, this dude stole it from him. He's basically this guy that plays Fortnite and tries to tell kids the good news about the Lord. And he is absolutely cringe. It's so great. And I was trying to find a compilation without other people commenting on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, I need someone like what the Quartering has. You know, he has that dude. He pays $4,000 or $5,000 a month to find shorts for him to do an intro.
Steal.
Yeah, like I need that guy, but just to make like just make me a video just with all of the best, like the worst in this case, clips from the guy.
We find that the Quartering stole all of your shorts and has put a little intro of him going, "Whoa, isn't this crazy?" and then playing your short real quick, and then him raking in like $400, which would mean like 10 trillion views on the short.
Yeah. What are the oranges for? That motherfucker, dude.
Well, yeah. What are the oranges for? Boom. And then he rakes in all that money. He tried to flex, like, oh, look, I still get tons of views. And then people find out that most of his views are actually from his shorts that he steals and not actually from his content.
Right.
So like he's not even working. That's not even his stuff. He's just going, look at this. Whoa. And then plays the rest of the clip. He didn't even put like him on the bottom or anything reacting to it or something, which is still not that great, but it would have been something more than just going, look at this. Whoa. And then playing the short. Just no commentary. So yeah, imagine like just the he goes to Mazdu channel and goes, look at this. Whoa. And for like all of your shorts every single time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And boom. He makes like all this money and gets 4 bajillion views on each.
You don't think that's already happened to me before, man? People always steal my bits. Speaking of bits, here's a preview of who I'm talking about.
I think I've stolen your bits a few times. I mean, no, I haven't. I mean, they're all. Let's see, what's this?
Howdy, partners. How you doing? Anybody got a microphone?
This is playing Fortnite.
I do, but I don't keep mine on much because I have kids and they're in the background.
Understandable, ma'am. Understandable.
Guys, he's so cringe, bro.
Whereabouts you from?
Well, I see. So he's building up to the whole, do you know the Lord?
I'm from Virginia.
Oh, Virginia. Nice to meet you, ma'am. I'm from Texas.
No, you're fucking not, bro.
I'm from Texas.
Yes, sirree.
This is like his official
you a
clip.
stay-at-home mom?
Oh boy, he's getting all kinds of personal. Come on.
Yes.
Praise the Lord. We got ourselves a witness, boys.
He has that.
Good to hear. Amen for your faith, man.
Oh, he also farts. He has fart sounds that he always uses as well.
When was the last time you picked up the Bible and
Oh,
gave
yeah,
a good
you got to
read?
lure in the people with the farts and then hit them with the Lord.
Right. When was the last time you picked this dude?
Not long ago, but I know I don't as much as I should.
All right, hang on. I thought that would be better. Wait, I thought it was this one. Where's the smoke grasser
Howdy,
one?
partners. How you doing? Well, that guy's kissing dirt. Where's the next one?
I hate
that
this guy.
roofing in the chat. Good to see you. If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
All I know is I don't even know.
Well, you got timed out.
It sounds blazed.
It kind of does.
I would have banned you.
Snowing in Virginia.
Actually, right now it's like in the 50s and it feels good, but we're supposed to get more snow.
Oh, his content's hard to watch. I apologize. That's what I was trying to find. I need like, you know what I mean? A compilation of like all of his worst bits.
Oh yeah, the peanut chair.
But fresh talent, voices, and perspectives are needed.
Yeah, check out the
not
burnt peanut.
nostalgia and a desperate move towards the good old days. To which I have to reply, "What do you think you've been getting? What you've been getting is the new modern."
And see, by the way, we got another $2 chat from Stu's Stalker Legion.
See, it
If
worked.
Art can't do that. What business does he have having a child? Exactly, Lois. I get that between adults. But John didn't ask to be born. He feels insanely irresponsible for a superhero to have children. He's always going to choose to save others first. Yeah, Superman should prioritize his son over pretty much everyone else. It's on pretty much every level, I would say. So is this the zeitgeist of what we live here now? Like what we live in now is that you're supposed to. remember that whole thing where they kind of found they did a whole between left and right what they prioritize, and they found that right wing people will prioritize the people around them,
Right.
and then the left wing people will prioritize like weird topics and causes way outside of their personal lives over people around them.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that.
So that's kind of what, and because like so many people are left wing who control the media and everything, that's kind of what we want to go with. They want a Superman. They'll think it's more righteous for Superman to choose other random strangers over his own personal family, like his son and his wife. Where I wouldn't even say right wing, just normal people who are not like far left would be like, yeah, you prioritize your family as a father and a husband. That is your number one moral obligation is to your son and wife. That's what it would be. But you know, the whole idea is because a lot of us, a lot of the media is controlled by the far left woke-ish W's. It's like, oh, that would be selfish. You need to prioritize random strangers over your own family. That's kind of the dichotomy here.
Man, what you
I
desperately
actually
need.
was on a stream last night on with Matthew Marsden.
Oh, the
actor. Yeah. Hey, he's
The
a pretty cool
actor?
guy. Yeah. He's pretty cool dude.
It is a
He was
crime.
talking about that
he
stuff
got
because he
mad at
got
me
canceled.
He got mad at me once because
Did he?
I tweeted out actors deserve less. he took issue with that.
Did he?
Yeah, because he's an actor.
Well, he was. Yeah, he got canceled.
Actors deserve
wait,
less.
you're thinking of Michael Marsden. I'm talking about Matthew Marsden.
Are they not the same guy? I just know Marsden.
No, Marsden. You're thinking of Cyclops.
Why did you see him get mad at me or what?
No. I'm talking about he was in Rambo. Not the original. The one where they were in some Asian island country. Does that make sense?
Let's see. Right up there. So we're still pretty far away. But we're getting there. We're inching away to fill him in like $1 at a time.
Bro, if I have to, we'll bust out the Reddit mod.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Brian.
The guy's face is real. I thought it was like a filter or something.
No, dude, I've watched every one of his videos.
There is a guy that does shorts on like tabletop games and card games and everything. Like the whole bit he usually has is a guy that sits. Him being normal, like just normal him sitting down at a table to like play Warhammer or Magic or something like that, and his opponent has a filter, like it's him but with a filter for a face, and it's the filter face is the Reddit mod. So like he's supposed to, like the Reddit mod's face became like this guy's filtered face as like the stand-in neck beard or something.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty. I did like, cause like I saw the Reddit mod's face, like that's not real, that's a filter, but no, that's actually his face. His face then became the filter for people to use. Let's see.
Towards nostalgia, traditionalism, and the good old days. Normalcy.
Got so much to do. There's the laundry and shopping.
But the Radio Times came out as well. Cancellation for Doctor Who was the right call.
The Radio
as long as it does right
Times?
by the fans in one key way. That fans can't be left hanging and they can't just ignore the Billy Piper of it all. My vote is that we bring her back and she does an episode of Secret Diary of a Call Girl as the Doctor. That should balance out the estrogen levels of Cutie Gatwa. I mean, this is a guy who got absolutely burned by Jodie Whittaker.
Let's be honest, I was the best.
Let's say best male.
I am the Barbie Doctor.
Gizmodo actually nukes
God
them
dang
with...
it! I found a new dude that you're gonna love. I forgot his. I forgot his name. I gotta try to track it down. He Nick was covering it. He's a speedrunner in some SpongeBob game. And when he melts down, LD, you've never seen anything like his meltdowns. It is insane. So good.
That sounds pretty funny though. That does sound pretty entertaining.
He's been playing the game for 10 years, trying to beat his own world record.
10 years?
Shit. Yeah.
That's a good chunk of time. 10 years? It's crazy.
The Doctor Who situation is even worse than we thought. It's like, well, we thought it was bad. But even we thought it would be hard to top Cutie Gatra in a dress. And yet somehow they've managed it.
Do you think you're wearing
The future!
Turn away, ladies.
Like him in a dress, like at the future. It's so cringe. It's like, aha, I'm fighting it back against the evil bigots and stuff like that. I'm wearing a dress as a man. Like, get out of here. No one cares.
Before we contaminated.
But some of the reasons...
It's just cringe. It's all like, why are you wearing a dress? Like, yeah, like that's why I want to follow into battle. A guy wearing a dress. Not a kilt or anything, a dress. Like that. Why would I like to watch this character who's like a guy wearing a dress? Like, for what reason?
Reasoning behind why they're okay with it going away for 10 years is strange with it. Well, Whovians are no strangers to waiting. It's like, oh, don't worry, they've done this before, they'll be fine. It's like, yes, but there is a difference between when something goes away and you still like it and when Russell T. Davies has made it recently. I mean, this is a man who opened my eyes to a whole range of brand new euphemisms I never wanted to know.
I just got snowman and I would like to go home.
I can't even read this out, but let's just say the first words are the act of inserting. It literally ends with like a carrot in a snowman's face. And well, there was the odd episode when he was based.
I can be king, and we can start wars with the French.
Based!
And everyone who doesn't look British.
Here in Africa.
Start wars with the French.
That barbershop.
I found the guy's name. His name is Shift, but with it. Yes, his Shift is SH. Then, well, let's see here. Rage. Ah, damn it! There was a rage.
Shift Rage.
No, I'm looking up.
Whoa, Megalithon! It's a $50 super chat.
Oh, he must know the guy.
Very generous. Let's see. Where is it? Here we go. And say no cringe here more nonsense. This isn't some low brow drama channel, all right? We chat stories and entertainment like men of culture. Exactly. Except on Friday when we talk about keep stuff.
I don't want to do this either, Megalithon. I don't like doing this to you guys. But somebody has to.
Yeah, somebody has to. Somebody has to take up that mantle. Let's see here. This and then this. All right. Oh, that's two more. There we go. So we are almost 3/5 of the way to Pillarman. Almost there. And see what in entertainment like men of culture, except on Friday, then I won't say big boobed elf girls won't come up and it's a darn of it. Yeah, but usually when it comes to Weeb Day these days, you kind of have to have big boobed elf girls in the conversation. It's just kind of inevitable. Let's see. All right, here we go, chat. So produced by the great Megalithon. Thank you very much, Megalithon. Thank you very, very much. And we are now at $74 to the 100 goal. There we go. Almost 3/4 of the way there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a very super chat light stream until
I
now.
found a compilation of Shift.
But here we go, chat. There we go. 174. So we're just $26 away from Pillarman of the day.
They deal with the bribery, fraud, scams, too expensive, not having no snacks.
Those instances are very similar to Barbie in that just when you move so far into the path of evil, you make all of your villains heroes and all of your heroes villains. It means that he does write heroic television. It's just not really the way he intended. If you ask a group of Whovians what went wrong with Doctor Who, you're bound to get a variety of answers. Some will point to Russell T. Davies. If I had more hands, I'd be raising them as well. Other fans may point the blame.
Fairly fast. The cringe will continue until super chats improve. Mad probably. I think that's what he literally said. Actually.
Oh yeah, I'm searching.
Let's see.
To Disney. I don't think I've seen a single piece of evidence that points to that. In fact, there are many clips of Russell T. Davies saying he has carte blanche to do whatever he wants and no one dares say no to him.
Simply right, quite naturally. I don't think about it that much. That is my world, and I'm trusted by...
B-Mogus said something. I want you two guys to get together because I think B-Mo may have a view of you that I certainly don't agree with, but I think if he got to know you, then
who's BMO?
BMO Art. He's right there in the chat. He's like right before Lady Fossilot. He's a good dude. He's a streamer.
Let's see. I guess I haven't heard of him, but okay, sounds good. Let's see.
Someday.
What's this? Lady Fast said 10 gifted memberships. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Says yeah, Lady Fast with the 10 new members. Thank you very much. And welcome the 10 new members of the Lit Legion, over the past shows and the custom emojis. It's a all right. Let me see here. What's the proper one? Let me get the right clip here. Let me see. And here it is. Boom, baby. Green Rises. Thank you very much, Lady Fastlot. Very generous. Very generous.
Here, all right, BMO. Because here's how it came up, right? Because BMO is a lot like you. Very well spoken. Or I went to school, blah blah. You know, that kind of thing. Like your thing.
Look,
you know what I mean?
Went to college.
I think you guys would get along very well. I think that it.
Let's see. But
yeah, that's good.
Look at me. I went to school. Let's see.
My boss is to put my world and to put my writing on screen, so I confidently do. It doesn't even feel particularly queer to me. It just feels natural. This is the world. Twitter might kick off and indulge.
It's your world. Russell T Davis is a self-proclaimed deviant, so he's not in like the regular world as everyone else is in. He goes to all these like really weird clubs and stuff. And in fact, they got him in trouble. I think he admitted this like after his like run on the first his first run Doctor Who, where he was a deviant. He got lost in drugs and stuff like that. So yeah, his world is not a normal person's world. Let's see. BMO's art. Oh, BMO's art. I thought it was like Bo Smart. Let's see. They just makes sense. You've never heard of me.
From now on, that's Bo Smart for me.
Bo Smart. I didn't read it correct. I was like, "Is Bo Smart? Oh, that guy." Oh, we're $4 away. Or $4 away from Pillar. Thank you much, everyone. Appreciate it. Wow. Hey, the Streamlabs actually tells me who got the memberships. Interesting. That's pretty cool.
Little corners, people might argue, but that's not the real world.
So this is one of the very rare instances where I wouldn't blame Disney. Well, the franchise's reputation is gone.
Blasphemy! You must always blame Disney.
And had some valid criticism over the years. It's also faced the hurdle of trying to grow in a time of social media dominated by hate mongering against insignificant numbers of people.
And that's where the danger point happens.
Insignificant? How's your show doing, bro? It's was the season coming out next month, huh? No, it's not, is it? You have to wait to 2028.
Of the minority voices slipping more into the mainstream because suddenly they're in newspaper articles.
Although with Disney rumors of internal concerns about the franchise being too woke, perhaps it really is best for the BBC to shelve the series. Why Disney ditched Doctor Who? Sources say ratings, big ticket budget, and American
MAGA politics. So you expect me to believe that the BBC decided to go, yes, sir, Mr. MAGA politics, and decided to do what MAGA people wanted? I doubt that. That's like of all the things that never happened, that never happened the most. MAGA politics. Yeah, right. But it was probably, the ratings and that the fact that nobody was watching. But they kind of wanted to put the blame on American politics because that's a good scapegoat.
Oh,
the British people, the British BBC. Yeah, we're going to listen to Trump supporters. I'm pretty sure the reason why it lasted so long was because they wanted to defy the Trump supporters. Pretty sure that was the actual reason.
For sure. By the way, speaking of awesomeness, I watched True Romance for the first time like 3 days ago. That movie I didn't know Tony Scott directed it. I thought Quentin Tarantino directed and wrote it. I would have watched it a lot sooner because I'm a big Tony Scott fan. That movie is phenomenal, bro. Gary Oldman, I guess he thought it was White Boy Day. Like, he's fucking awesome.
Gary Oldman is a legend for many reasons.
Tiptoes.
Awesome. That guy's always great, even in where he's terrible. Like, what was it called? Quest for Camelot? What was it? Where he's the bad guy. Like, he plays a really good bad guy there too.
And did you ever see Tiptoes where he played an LP, a little person, and he just walked around on his knees? It was with Matthew McConaughey.
No, but he did a good job.
He did an excellent job.
Insane.
Yeah, True Romance. I can't I can't recommend it enough. That is a phenomenal movie.
Let's see.
politics were factors in the BBC deal failing to regenerate. What
Mega politics, I'm pretty sure, was a factor in keeping the show running for so long. I don't think it was a factor in getting it canceled.
does Doctor Who have to do with American What? Look, I am more than willing to throw them under the bus, but I don't get that one. Now, one thing that was weird is apparently reports that fans leapt to Billie Piper's defense. She doesn't deserve this, because she was essentially...
She does. She sucks.
Rose, it's so hard having to translate his language. Because he said they leapt. I was like, wait, leap? Like, I'm having in my head as he goes along, I got to take it from British to American.
What's the other guy? The guy that was the actor that played Gimli. Like, I saw an interview with him like yesterday where he's talking about his role as Gimli. He's talking about finding the Gimli's voice on there.
Is Gimli?
You know, Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Like, he's trying to find Gimli's voice, the dwarf.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, what voice should I go with? Like, should I be an Irish dwarf or something like that? He's like, no. He's like, I want to go with Scottish. You know, the back alley is Scottish because the English have no idea how to speak English. If you want to actually like real English, you want to go with like the Scottish or something. Like but the specific kind of Scottish, he's like, I want the back alley Scottish. You know, that has like you instantly hear his voice and you could hear the xenophobia. Right? That's what he says.
I know be a fake fan. I never said I was. I've never claimed to be a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. I liked it. It took me quite a while to finish the Return of the King. I finished one of the endings, and then I was like, I'll get to the rest later. But I eventually get back there.
And John Rhys Davies, he's like, I wanted to speak, and you could hear the anger and the hostility and the xenophobia. I was like, this guy knows what he's doing. He brought a dwarf and basically paved the way for every single dwarf ever made after his portrayal of Gimli. Every dwarf after him was Scottish and hostile and awesome.
Actually, a Hail Mary from Russell T Davies that she just did as a favor. It was like, oh, you were going to do a Christmas special. We need some news to try and keep it in the zeitgeist, rather than fading to black that would allow Disney to walk away easily. If we put Billie Piper there, maybe it'll change their mind. It didn't. It turns out that Disney cared as much about Doctor Who as I care about Russell T Davies. Like I can imagine other men in his life complaining he's a pain in the arse, but not so big of a problem you can't ignore it. But he is responsible, as Doctor Who TV said. Doctor Who ignored the...
I forgot. Did I do the tip for Lady Fast a lot? I don't remember, but I'll do it anyway. Let's see here. Thank you much, Lady Fast Lad, for the past donation. Appreciate it. And yeah, that brought us to $4 away. What's $4 away?
Oh, should I bring up Maggie May Fish?
No. Let's see. I don't know. Is baby? I don't.
Hey, Beam, have a good one, brother.
You know, at $4 away, I don't think anyone deserves Maggie Mayfish.
Warning signs, and now it's paying the price.
I made my girlfriend watch her. She was not a fan.
Not amused.
Nope.
Let's see.
Was meant to be the safe option. So was David Tennant. But rather than looking at what had happened before, why the show was dying, and roll back on all of it, they decided to double down, close their eyes, stick their fingers on their ears, and just say la 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 a lot. Everyththing's fine. It is denial sold as optimism.
Got away with it this time.
The fact that actually they chose.
Let's see. A district guy, because the 5 pounds. We should appreciate it. The doctor says Doctor Who's ratings were, funnily enough, roughly accurate to the minority population. Guess those racists were keeping the show. Yeah, apparently, once the racists left, the show died. You better start pandering to racists, bro. I don't know what to tell you. You want a TV show to stay alive, better start pandering to those bigots. All right, start Bigot TV. You know if they have BET? How about Bigot TV? Right, it's called Bigot. All right, you have all the shows on there that are based or something. You can have like Lord of the Rings play on repeat to get it started. It's like pandering Bigot TV. It's yeah. Apparently the racists were just keeping it alive. Turns out, because apparently Doctor Who for some reason had an entire fan base full of apparent racists. And they were the ones keeping the show alive. Alex Hales says LD had enough suffering from when Dunn and Smud brought her videos. Just a complete retard. Let's see. Bo Smart, thanks for the 5, says specifically for refusing Maggie Mayfish. Thank you very much, Smart Freeze. I mean, it's like refusing cyanide. Like, yes, yes, please. I don't want to drink that. Thank you.
Come on, guys. See, he's not that bad.
Awful. A complete retard.
Come on.
Absolute, like, door monster level retard. It made it even worse.
Getting cancelled, going out to tender. That's actually just a great sign, actually. It's a big new future. I mean, sure, if it had been renewed and gotten your series, that would have been good, but not as good as getting cancelled and vanishing for a few years. The real facts are harder to soften. The relaunch failed. The show did not become a global Disney-era juggernaut. The brand did not recover. Doctor Who spent too long talking around its many recent failures instead of facing them. There was a bubble around the show, and in fact, I'm sure Cutie said something like that he lives in a very leftist, liberal bubble, and the episodes of the show will lean.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. What's normal to them is not reality. What's normal to them is the leftist liberal bubble that they all live in. And it's kind of why when they produce something, they think it's real and down to earth. It is complete corporate cringe because they're not living in the real world. They're living in this padded cell of liberal politics. It's not the real world.
Daredevil Born Again, that second season was a great example of it because they just have no understanding of basic shit like how police work, how the government works at any level, federal, state, whatever city. They just were clueless and had.
I haven't seen it, but the beginnings of it didn't really catch my attention too much. I was like, this is I don't really want to see a story about Fisk's rise to mayor, to being a mayor. Like, who the fuck wants this?
It was insane.
When I want to see my superhero TV show, I want to see politics of the bad guy becoming mayor. Stop it. Get help. All right. We're not here to see a personal Trump fantasy. All right. We want to see Daredevil fight bad guys. That's what we want to see. And that's kind of what happened in the original Born Again. Born Again was about basically Wilson Fisk getting the information about Daredevil from his junkie girlfriend, who's made awesome in the TV show, but is a drunky, drugged out whore in the comic. And they capture her and they torture all the information out of her because she needs another hit. And so that's how they get I say Matt Damon, right?
I got you.
But Matthew Murdoch's docs essentially, and they kind of, but he, instead of like revealing who he is, he Wilson Fisk begins to like dismantle his life from behind the scenes. So essentially gets canceled. That's what happens to Daredevil during Born Again. It's really interesting. But that's cool to see. Like it's a big struggle for Daredevil, but the thing is, in this one, in the TV show, I guess Wilson Fisk already knows who he is.
Yeah,
and is like good with him.
It's a whole thing. It goes from season one. It's not worth getting into. But speaking of fights, did you see the UFC at the White House, bro?
No, I just assumed it was awesome,
fucking great.
Like the whole thing was a super American. Like
oh my god!
Like this is what I voted for.
Yeah, it was so great, dude. In the last fight, holy shit, it was so good.
Like if you celebrated the gay pride flag on the White House, but thought this was a desecration of the White House, I have news for you. You're wrong. I'd rather have this. Like after they displayed the pride flag on the White House, like this, it's all bets are off. Like we can do whatever then. Like this, having a celebration of America on the lawn of the White House is like the most founding fathers thing I've ever seen. Like the founding fathers were drinking like all the time in the White House. Like,
oh yeah,
you're partying it up all the time at the White House. I don't know what this. They weren't flying gay pride flag. I can tell you that they were partying. They're just. I think you can just, as a citizen, you can just walk into the White House and start speaking with the leaders of the country.
Yeah, for a very long time. Yeah, with Andrew Jackson, they after he won, because his people were like the NASCAR of people at that time. It was like Florida people who voted for him, right? Yeah. And so they had a party after he won, and they had to sneak him out a window to get him to a hotel because they were just going bananas. They had to take the kegs or barrels of alcohol out onto the yard to coax people out of the White House so they can lock it up to get them to leave. That's a real thing that happened.
So yeah, the whole thing about this whole display Trump did, not only was that okay, is exactly something the founding fathers would probably do. So, yeah, highly approved. This is what I voted for. Display that a shameless, unapologetic display of American awesomeness. Very good stuff. Hamilton Burger says, "We know what you mean, LD. The two main characters from Daredevil, Wilson Phillips and Matt Damon." Exactly.
Into that, ironically called Dot and Bubble. Because of been trapped in this bubble, concerns about the divisive direction were too easily dismissed. Anyone that said the program was losing its way was often written off as a hater, bigot, reactionary, told to turn off the TV and touch grass, which they did.
But it's so sad.
Yeah, they did. Everyone went off the TV and touched grass, and your show died.
Or Jinx Monsoon that said numbers are not shrinking. For every normal person that we lose this season, there are going to be 3 to 5 new lunatics who come in for the representation. So to those fans who are not fans, I say...
And basically, almost nobody watches shows based on representation. It's like a very small contingent of people who watch media, and they're fickle. So they're not going to be there when you stop doing the representation. Like there's an episode with not doing representation, they're probably not going to be there. Like there's going to be people who are just there for the gay stuff, and then they kind of watch.
There's not that many Otter Noahs. I don't know if you know him. He's another great
Oddly
YouTuber to
Noah,
watch.
the plagiarist.
The plagiarist, yeah, because he has his whole autism thing, so he watches movies if it has autism represented in it, and does his review of it. There's not that many of those guys.
This is dumb. How do you watch movies based on that? Like just what you watch, like almost no movies.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Some meaning may have been translated there so that normal people can understand it. Some of the criticism was unfair. Some of it was ugly. Probably my part. The ugly bit, not the unfair bit. But Davis said no one dare say to me, you'd have to be pretty brave to say don't go there to me. And I'm sure people are thinking that, but I wouldn't work with them, would I? And the lesson of how the BBC destroyed Doctor Who. The latest blows to an institution, insiders say, has turned toxic. A lot of it came from Russell T Davies himself. His attitude over the years has entirely changed. And you don't have to take my word for it, because despite his many faults, he is very honest about what he thinks, no matter how horrific that is.
What's something that gives you hope?
Well, the next generation always gives you hope. I used to give that answer. Now they've all been radicalized into politics. So that's quite hard. I really used to think the children are the future. Now you see what those forces are doing to them.
He used to have hope for young people because presumably he thought they would follow.
They're all on my side. Now the young people are turning against my side. And now they're all fascists and bigots. They're on my side and good, or not on my side and evil. That's kind of the whole thing with these guys.
Him, and now he's realized they're sane. Now they're all slurs, and this same attitude carries forwards when someone asks him about the fans.
What is your relationship towards the fans? Well, I am a fan. We fall into the trap of talking about fans and assuming that means the online voice. I think they're different things. I know they're different things. I absolutely know that.
Already playing word games.
Yeah, definitely not.
You know, the fans, not those people over there. I get to decide who's a fan of this, not them. If you don't agree with me, you're not a fan, you're a hate site.
And that online voice, which is hostile to it, that voice which exists on X, which is a hate site. So that exists to hate.
Hate site because it allows freedom of ideas. You can be non-leftist and get some prominence, get some attention, and speak your mind without being like a DSW leftist. So therefore, it's a hate site.
Shouldn't be surprised to find hatred on there because it's a hate site.
X allows you to actually follows its open free harbor thing where anyone can go on there and speak their mind. You're allowed to do that.
I've decided this is my position.
It's great because then you know who you don't want to listen to.
Exactly. We know who's nuts, who's insane, who's crazy, who has some pretty good commentary, whatever.
Lord of the universe. It couldn't possibly be me. I couldn't possibly deserve the reaction I'm getting. No, it must be them. It must be the web.
The world is wrong.
Website. It must be everybody else that is wrong. Everywhere I go outside my bubble of lunatics, people hate me. It must be their fault.
Very dangerously assumed that is the fan voice. That is, you tie that at the...
It was, though. The fans left your show because it was too woke. Nobody really wanted to watch it.
Same time with the collapse of journalism.
The collapse of journalism. Well, journalism is still happening. What's happened in journalism is people don't trust it because they were getting lied to. They realized they were ideological lunatics and therefore they...
We need truth integrity in video games journalism.
Lost their power.
Yeah.
The moment you actually had access to the internet in a font of truth, the moment you could get real, live information about reality, the journalists' fake spin and perception and framing that they used to do was no longer believable. We found out they weren't authentic and their power died. Russell T Davies seems to lament this fact.
And that's where the danger point happens of the minority voices slipping more into the mainstream because suddenly they're in newspaper articles.
Yes, I know. We briefly.
Wait, what do you mean by minority? You mean the bigots, or do you mean minorities?
Yeah.
Actually made sense. But no, unlike all of the other times in the world where it would actually value the small number of people rather than everybody, in this case, he is choosing specific examples of people online and going, those people, there's so few of them, they don't matter. Which is weird because that's what I think about him.
Suddenly you find critics quoting those voices or commentators. You certainly get that in science fiction land, as I've said before, but you also get mainstream articles mentioned in our big newspapers like The Guardian that are quoting that mad voice from over there. And you think, why aren't you quoting the fans?
Over there,
So they
I
are
take
the fans.
offense.
They are the fans. You upset the fans. That's kind of what happened.
Yeah, what does he mean by over there?
Now I'm just guessing here.
What do you mean by you people?
Yeah, but I do think he's referring to Critical Drinker and the Anti-Weir interview. Specifically because this was about Star Trek Starfleet Academy, which is actually brought up in the same interview. And yeah, he loves it. I mean, of course he loves it.
There's a great big fuss over the cancellation of the recent Star Trek series, Starfleet Academy, which I loved. I thought it was amazing.
It was absolutely amazing. It was gorgeous, darling. There's nothing I could critique about it, darling. Nothing at all. I personally had a few more complaints, but I'm sure Russell Davies absolutely adored filling a muscular man's mouth with glitter. Now, he does do a decent analysis of the target audience of sci-fi, which is also the target audience of Doctor Who. It's just unfortunate for him. He seems to absolutely hate that audience.
Of science fiction, there's that, which has a very male-skewing audience, and that male-skewing audience is a science fiction audience, which tends to be men who sit at home and go online too much, which tends to be a right-wing audience, which tends to be more...
Oh my God, this guy, bro.
He's just cope after cope after cope.
Right?
Cope after cope after cope. Yeah, if there was just like minority right-wing guys who are just complaining really loudly, where's your show? What happened to it? Shouldn't it still be awake and ready to go? Shouldn't you get a new season this year?
The idea that this group of haters is both a minority amount of the fans, not all fans, but they're so loud that they also can make your show bomb. Like what?
they're nobodies and not worth your time. But when our show gets canceled, we're going to blame them because it's all their fault. They have no power and all the power at the same time.
Radicalized in their opinions.
They tend to be more correct. I just can't stand them. They know what they're talking about, and that means they know I'm wrong. Damn them and their intellect. If this part of the interview is coming across like an old man shouting at clouds, it's because he is.
This is the drift that affects the whole of society, never mind science fiction.
Based. This is the speech from the loser. The person that thought they'd won fought to subvert and undermine society, and then they realized they lost. Because, it's men again, isn't there? That's always them. I don't think I'm writing into his words. I mean, he said it.
So you have something like Star Trek Academy that I think was excellent. Really excellent and young and queer and fun.
I just want to point out what he liked.
Why do you have to
Wasn't
add
the characters?
What? How? That's not a multiplier when you say, "Oh, it's queer," so it's 10 times better than what it would have been if it was non-queer.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that became legendary without having gay people in it. It's totally possible. Lord of the Rings has no gay people in it, despite the what the internet tries to say. That Frodo and Sam
they're queer coded.
They could definitely twist them into it, but there are no gay people in Lord of the Rings, and there was a legendary trilogy. There were 0 gay people in the Godfather legendary trilogy. Technically, because
Polly was queer coded in that one.
Polly. I guess a little bit.
The acting, the sets, the storyline, the concepts and ideas, the philosophy that Star Trek delves into that really makes you think about things. It's like, no, did you see their dangly bits and where they shoved them? It was gold. I mean, I hesitate in this context to say the word shallow, generally because it's followed by the word tear. But for all the talk about objectification, what he likes about the show does seem to be, oh, look at that one over there.
And just been axed. And I think we're reaching the stage where that online voice, that online criticism helped to get it cancelled.
I think I've only got one reaction to that.
I thought it was like people you shouldn't listen to. There's a few right-wing guys, whatever, but somehow that they also got it canceled. They have no power and all the power.
Doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I salute you, sir, for recognizing my hard work. Unfortunately for both of us, it's incredibly easy, low-hanging fruit. Like when you go
from a man on man kiss. And Godfather Part 2. Between two brothers. You broke my heart, Fredo.
Yeah.
You broke my heart.
You know, they say that in the director's cut, he was stuck in the washing bin because they didn't have a washing machine.
Now, what's funny though is that Al Pacino and the guy who plays Fredo were gay lovers in Dog Day Afternoon. So I guess you could.
That's true, yeah.
But they were not gay in the They were brothers in The Godfather. They were gay later on in another movie. But not The Godfather.
Go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. But it was correct.
And for the
reason
record,
why it works. The reason why people.
The Godfather is better than The Godfather 2. Point blank, period.
Yeah, I would say so too. Godfather Part 2 is really good, I think. But The Godfather, the original movie, I think is the best one of the trilogy.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure.
Resonated with it is because it was factually true
and just helped to make the show sound sour, so even a new audience and a young audience didn't go to it because it was the show that old men complained about. Why would we look at that when?
And why every single time is how you know that they're failing when they complain about old men, like Kathleen Kennedy did this, Russell C. Davis doing this. Every single that they're hurt or they're angry, and they're because they know they're failing when they start complaining about old men. Like, oh, these old white men, they don't like what we're doing. Well, if your stuff was good, if your stuff was actually good, right, then you wouldn't really need to worry about these guys, right? Because you'd be drawing in new fans, but you're not. You're not drawing in these new fans. And if your show was good, you wouldn't be pushing away the old fans either. You just wouldn't.
There's all that noise over there. So I think that souring is becoming a genuine problem.
I love the fact it's like where young kids would have gone over there. You know, they're all at it with each other. They've actually never seen another man's face. They're always behind them. Just the weird instant assumption that no, they definitely would have been on their side if it wasn't for those pesky old men over there. I mean, look, I think Russell Davis may have a bit of a skewed perception on this because despite his boyfriend, I don't think young men care about the old ones at all. I think the show had a bigger problem. I think people did watch it. I think they did watch the videos. I think people did know what it was. I think the problem with the show is you liked it. I think it was your show. I think you were the target audience. And normal people weren't. And this is his main problem. This is why Doctor Who got cancelled. Because he doesn't like fans. Because he thinks they go on hate sites. Because he thinks that's what they are. Because he doesn't recognize the people which are fixing the show, which are complaining about.
Anything that does not agree with me has to be a hate site. I think. And the Starmer just blocked the thing. They just blocked X, YouTube, and a bunch of other things on his new except for Blue Sky. Blue Sky, I think, is the one with an exception.
Right. I think it's not that it's blocked, it's that no one under and you have to have an ID or some shit.
Because they're being radicalized on these sites, I think. They're being radicalized.
At the show, which are saying where you need to go, the people he needs to listen to, and he doesn't even recognize them as fans because they're not agreeing with him. He's a fan. The people that like him are fans. The people that he meets on Canal Street are fans, but nobody else, because anybody else isn't who the show was made for. And they were just supposed to accept it, to guzzle it down. Because despite the fact that he was making it for next to nobody, the vast majority of normal family people, they just had to accept that this is the way.
Oh, Matt's gone. What happened? Let's see. Just for guys, says RTD is confused that the 5-year-olds who watched in 2005 loved it somehow grew up to be straight. Yeah, somehow, like most of the fans grew up to be straight and not weirdly deviant. Oddly enough. Oh, there we go. Matt's back.
Sorry, quartering got me. No, I accidentally hit the back button on my
dragged you
mouse,
in for a short.
Yeah, but I am gonna bounce though. I'm tired and I got some stuff I got to get done for tonight. But sorry, I had to leave you alone.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Go get some rest, Matt.
Yeah, I'm going to try to come back more often. It's been a minute. I miss coming in here, except for some people in the chat make it very difficult. Bye, everybody.
That guy from Midnight's Edge or whatever.
Yeah, that person. Bye.
Later, Matt. It's all right. Let's go.
The world is now for a single generation. And the answer was no. And you can contrast this to Carl Urban's remarks.
I really enjoy the opportunity to interact with fans, and not just fans who are saying, oh, I really love the show. I also enjoy, interacting with fans who go, wait a minute, I might have a few issues with, the final season.
And altogether a better statement about the fans and what the fans can do for you and improve your show.
If you are a showrunner or a creative, it actually behooves you to listen to the fan base because they're not stupid.
about what their rights are.
An opportunity to listen to the fan base, to make that experience better, then you should do that.
About the importance of listening. And people like Russell T Davies, if he could pull his head out of someone else's arse long enough to listen, could learn a lot from him.
At the end of the day, we're here to service you guys. As well as to service the character and the stories. So at the end of the day, positive, negative, I'm like really grateful for all of that. And I couldn't thank you guys enough. So thank you.
Yeah. Or rather should
#based
have learned a lot from him already, because then he might still be in a job. Except now he's relegated to the area that doesn't matter. The TV show's made for next to nobody. They have zero influence, as their target demographic is so small, it doesn't really matter. To him in his little bubble, I'm sure Tiptoe is a massive conversation which everyone's having. And outside,
like, pandering to a niche audience is a good plan which would it costs you next to nothing to make your thing. It's kind of why it's been a really good suggestion to indie authors who are writing novels, like indie novels, to find a niche audience that will, enjoy them and spread the word and that sort of thing. Because it really costs you maybe if you hire an artist to do a cover or something like that, it really costs you next to nothing to write a novel, right? Pretty much, like, unless you like buying also some sort of program. Then all you gotta do is like write a little novelette, whatever it is, and then target at a small niche audience that's going to be driven to your work, because there's not that much competition. But when you're up there and you have like you have hundreds of millions of dollars at your disposal, and you have a built-in audience, it's not time to pander to the niche audience. It's a time to pander to the fans, wherever that might be. And the fans are there for adventure, with Doctor Who anyway. The fans are there for adventure, for space nonsense or time travel shenanigans. That's lore, character interactions, cool bad guys. Not there for Russell T Davies' gay fantasy. They're just not. They want a cool doctor. The Doctor Who at its peak pandered not to the whole woke fantasy. It pandered to the archetypical setup, right? The knight slays the dragon to save the princess. The Doctor Who at its peak had a handsome doctor who was really smart and cool, and men wanted to be that guy. Men wanted to be the guy with the cool time-traveling device, the guy with all the answers, the guy that can stand strong against even the wickedest and most powerful of enemies. And then every girl wanted to be the companion, the one that the doctor chose to travel with over all other people. Right? And that's I don't think it's a coincidence that was the era in which Doctor Who was at its highest in popularity, when he had the setup, a strong male lead and a cool, I guess, a female companion. The men would lead, the men would fantasize about being the doctor and being cool and being smart and being skilled and knowing all the answers, standing up against the vile villains, and the women could fantasize about being with the doctor, getting to be the doctor's one chosen companion. As we saw with Russell Crowe yesterday, right? A lot of Russells today, but he's like the whole fantasy of the gladiator was exactly that as well. It's like the golden setup: strong, powerful man, woman, the woman who gets to be with them, right? So the gladiator setup, which is strong, powerful man who can set up against the emperor and turn the crowds of Rome against the emperor himself. And the woman's fantasy is a man is being loved so passionately by a man that he's willing to take down a Roman empire, or his passion is so strong that it dwarfs a Roman emperor. It's the golden setup, and I don't think it's a coincidence that was also a legendary movie. So, legendary movie of the Gladiator, the Doctor Who at its peak, New Who at its peak, is all the same stuff. Strong, powerful man, the woman that is the apple of his eye. Boom, legendary. I don't think it's a coincidence.
Side of it, no one cares.
None of us know what this scene's about. None of us care.
It turns out Doctor Who isn't the only show that's got a line for everything. There are many cancellations where you're like, I don't know who to blame about this. There could be anyone in the industry that did it. But in this, regardless of the BBC definitely being at fault, Russell T Davies was their man. Russell T Davies, the one that made it. He was the one they wanted. He was their perfect creator for Doctor Who. He gave them exactly what they wanted, but he did it off his own back.
I love you, Doctor.
She's say that to Yas?
And so I think he is the one I'd hold responsible. It is his vision, his creation, his baby. It's everything he wanted, and he wouldn't change a single thing about it, despite knowing everything he did led to its destruction. He's still happy that he got it there. Why? Because it seems he hates the fans. And so as he's going to continue making shows for his own target demographic anyway, to him, nothing's really changed. But what he did achieve, is strip those people he can't stand.
Is a science fiction audience, which tends to be men who sit at home and go online too much, which tends to be a right-wing audience, which tends to be more radicalized in their opinions.
Of something that they liked, something that they enjoyed. And in that sense, I guess it was mission accomplished. You got to feel like you got one over on them, like you took something away from them. And I guess for you, going down in history as the man who killed Doctor Who, is a price worth paying for that small amount of glee. But those are just my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know down in the comments below. Like the video, like the video. Subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and I'll see you in the next one.
All right, chat. Well, there we go. I think we're about out of time for today. So let's go over here to stream memes. And we did hit Pillarman, and we're over halfway to more Venture Brothers. So, chat. So. Lower your volume or raise your volume, whatever you prefer, chat. We're about to transition over to stream memes, which means we're about to play the great Pillarman. So, lower your volume or raise your volume, whatever you prefer. Loud clip incoming, and Pillarman, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yes, Best Chat. Thank you much, everyone, for joining me today. Thank you much, Best Chat, for always being Best Chat. We are now here on Stream Memes. See, Loom Fences, I want to look like Pillarman, not at the Pillarman. Yeah, it's kind of I think that would be like a good motivation. You know, I watched Goku fight Frieza, and I'm like, I got to go to the gym. I got to remember to go to the gym today. And see, me when I finally confront the Skinwalker in my basement, but he's telling me he's just hiding from the Skin Runners. The what? It's like the regular zombie plus compared to the rage zombie. It's fun things die if they eat dog food. Would 14-year-old you be proud of you? Listen, I'm not here to impress a mentally ill child. I think probably actually. I think it's Tomboy Tuesday. Let's see, what is this? Hey, why did the Dead of Daylight devs give the Xenomorph Queen so much ass? Well, I gotta go look something up. Wow, hold on. I don't know. Dead by Daylight, aliens like so in Aliens the Queen's like this, but in Dead by Daylight the Xenomorph Queen is extra thick. Tomboy Tuesday. I'm drunk. Can you pick us up? Us? Fun raccoon. Oh, rocket pop beans, apple pie beans, and dill pickle beans. Whose skull is that? His name is Philip. What's in there? Vodka and orange juice? It's a Philip head screwdriver. Let's see. Just want to let everyone know I'm going through a lot right now. Literally, a lot. Let's see. What's this? Oh, yeah. Peter Cushing as the doctor. He looks pretty awesome, cool too. It looks pretty. I think he made a really fantastic doctor. Me when it's Slur Tuesday. Shouldn't it be like Slur Saturday or something? The doctor approves. Oh yeah, they have like a Doctor Who stand-in pony. I guess I heard about that one. Let's see, Derpy's extermination. Derpy, what? They're British robots. Daleks exterminate. Joker asks your nerd friends. I can't. Oh yeah, I remember this. I can't decide whether you should live or die. I remember this. That was a pretty fun episode. Like I think it's the season finale. With Banana, Cuckoo Banana. It's a Master Splinter died recently. I was pretty bummed about it, but I think whoever killed him was probably more happy to see him die, and I am sad to lose him. A total happiness of the world increased. So whatever. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of this. The utilitarian viewpoint seems noble, but it's not really. Like it's not exactly like, oh, obviously the more noble. It's just another like sense of morality, but it can be twisted into evil. Definitely. So like the utilitarian thing would be abandon your family to save all these random strangers, right? Because their potential happiness is greater than your possible family. Your family, because they all together they have a lot more potential, because that's kind of what it runs on. It runs on how much happiness, like a currency, like the potential happiness is like the unrealized gains of happiness is the currency of utilitarianism. You don't actually know how long they're going to live, but it's based on the idea of potential happiness. So under the guidelines of utilitarianism, like a kid is worth more than an adult because his potential happiness is a lot more. But then again, like 10 adults might be worthy of saving over a kid because combined together, their potential happiness would be a lot more. So under the weird like millennial utilitarian thing, it'd be Superman should abandon his family. Like you as a hero should always prioritize random strangers over your family, because your family is what, 2 people, your kid and your wife, as opposed to like 400 people over here as 400 strangers. But really, that might work in some situations, but really, if you are a father and a husband, your number one priority should always be your family. Always. Let's see. Here we go. And then we don't know that for sure. You can't stop me. I've raced you before, Barry. I even won some of those races. Those were for charity, Clark. Yeah, he's pretending. Let's see. As Capaldi, like I think like Capaldi doesn't really want to get touched by Matt Smith. It's pretty funny. Oh, hey, the Venture Brothers. Yeah, this is cool. This is a cool piece of artwork. There's Dr. Orpheus back there. There's there's Brock Sampson. There's Dean and what's her name, which I think everyone does want them to get together, but I don't think they do. But everyone does want them to get together because they're kind of the opposite. Like Dean is super like rules focused and conservative kind of. Then she's like the liberal goth girl. And see, if I had a nickel for every character whose catchphrase is one more thing, I would have 2 nickels. One more thing. All the doctors together. And see, Born Again. And the Treaty of Ghent ends the War of 1812. Andrew Jackson at the Battle of New Orleans. I didn't hear no bell. Cope and seethe. And see, why don't you like it? 10 out of 10 plot, 10 out of 10 characters, 10 out of 10 visuals. It's the best film of it insists upon itself. Oh yeah, is that the Godfather? It insists upon itself, Lois. All right. So anyway, chat. Anyway, we're gonna close the stream for today. Thank you for everyone joining me. Thank you much, Best Chat, for always being best chat. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you again, of course, next time.
On a cold winter morning in the time before the light, in flames of death's eternal reign, we ride towards the fight. When the darkness has fallen down,